I've been playing Minecraft hardcore mode in this amplified terrain world for the last 500 days, and somehow, pretty miraculously, I have managed not to die in that time, and we've created a pretty cool world here. So today's video is a full feature-length movie video showing exactly what has happened in these 500 days. If you do enjoy this kind of video, please do consider liking, subscribing. It really helps out the channel and it just makes me happy and want to make more videos. But anyway, let's get on with today's video now. Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new hardcore survival series. This world is amplified terrain, so the world is going to be pretty hard to survive in. I'm probably going to die to full damage at some point. After my last hardcore series ended, the first time I saw a piglin brute, which was pretty brutal. I think it's time to start a new hardcore survival series, so yeah, let's get to it. This world might be quite different to other Minecraft worlds, but it starts exactly the same way, and that's by punching a tree. So my first priority is going to have to be to get a bed. If it gets to night time, I'm definitely going to die to the first mob I see. So I've seen a few sheep already, so I just grab this wood here, and then I'll go down and get myself some wool. And then once I've got the bed, I can start fully exploring this world and yeah, seeing what's around. So one issue is definitely going to be getting around. I want to just get down there to go see those sheep, but I don't know how I can get down without taking full damage. Okay, we can get down this way. So there is our first crafting table. Wow, look at that. And our first planks and our first sticks. Incredible. So just while I'm getting this wall, I just want to say thank you so much for all the support on the channel recently. It's been so nice seeing all the views and all the likes and comments on the videos. It really means a lot, and it really makes me want to keep going and keep making new videos. So yeah, thanks for watching and thanks for continuing to watch. I've just made my first bed, and what do I see? A village. So the sheep, yeah, probably didn't need to be relieved of their wool, but hey, we've got our own bed now. We've got a village, which means there should be a good source of food over there. I mean, there's a lot of animals around, which is nice, but hopefully we can get a farm going from whatever's in this village. That house is so cool, just sitting there on top of the amplified terrain. Oh, this is great. This is going to be really fun. And there it is, the first village that I found. It looks pretty normal actually. I mean, the terrain's a bit messed up, but it's not too bad. I mean, this village is all at ground level. A lot of lava, but that house up there is really cool. Yeah, let's go explore. Some pretty good loot in there. 2 saddles is pretty cool. So if we find a horse now, although I'm not sure how useful horses are going to be in this world unless they can jump about 30 blocks. But hey, that's cool to find a saddle, and the leather cap is nice. Bit more damage I can take before getting killed by a skeleton or a zombie or baby zombie. This is going to be another big issue with the world. There's a lot of really dark places, which means things like that just spawn and don't despawn. So I'm gonna have to make a run for it here. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to avoid dark spaces like that. At least until I get some decent armor. We've got ourselves some horses here, so I thought I might as well try and tame one while I see them. I reckon this guy. Eventually. He seems quite fast. Hopefully he's a good jumper. Tame him, come on. There we go. Right. Okay. Can he jump? Oh, he's a terrible jumper. No. Well, I'm not getting another one. Here's my boy. Let's go. Oh my god, I nearly just killed him straight away. I've been exploring for quite a while now. It's been quite painful trying to get around with this horse, not gonna lie. But I've finally found some really cool terrain generation. It looks like the Farlands used to look back in the day. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to build a base at the top of this mountain for sure. To start with, I'm probably gonna build down the bottom and sort of work my way up. I need to climb up, which is gonna be pretty hard, and it's gonna be pretty hard getting this guy up there as well. But we've got to do it. So yeah, let's go start somewhere. I've cleared out all the trees in this area now, and I've put fridge away here in a little pen. The last thing I need is some wool, so I'm gonna go and find some sheep. I've got a boat, and hopefully I can just sort of nudge them in and bring them back that way. I've also got some wheat growing, so when we get here we can lure them over and breed them up somewhere. But yeah, let's go find some sheep. I might as well check out this abandoned portal thingy while I'm here. Be rude not to. So let's see what we've got. Okay, fire protection 4. Nice. Oh, mending, that's quite good. Fortune 2. Okay, some decent stuff. Let's carry on looking for some sheep. I've been looking for a good while now, but I finally see our first sheep just over there. Unfortunately, it looks like he's on his own, so we'll have to find another one because we want to breed him up, but it's a start. So let's go grab this guy and bring him back to the mountain entrance. Nice, we've got 2 of them, so I'll just come back here and grab the other guy after I've got this one. Should be able to just get him in the boat. There we go. Easy. Right. Let's take him home. There's 1 sheep back. Time to go get the other one. And just like that, we've got 2 sheep here. So I don't want them to be white. I want them to be blue flavoured sheep. So there we go. I'm going to move them into a pen up to fridge up here. And yeah, then we can get some wool harvested and get ready to make our first build here in the world, right at the bottom of this giant mountain area. So yep, I'm gonna gather some wool now. Fun. Welcome everyone to base camp. Still finished up now, so we've got 2 tents here. We've got the sleeping tent, which is where my bed is. A little bit cramped in here, but does the job. We've got some storage over here in the corner. So we've got just a bit of junk at the moment. Haven't really got any good stuff. And then finally we've got the tent with all the sort of utilities in. So all of our smelters, the crafting table, the composter. Yep, so we're all set now and ready to start making our way up the mountain here. And we've got a visitor to start with today, so we're gonna check out what he's got to offer and see if he's got anything good. And ooh, a cherry sapling, that is definitely something I'd like to get. I do have a few emeralds from last episode I found in the village. Just need to find out how many I've got. Oh dear, looks like we haven't got enough, but we should be able to get something good off this guy. And would you look at that, I've got myself 2 leads and some leather. Great stuff. Anyway, so today's episode, I'm going to be starting off by getting some good gear, because at the moment I'm just running around in my gold pants and leather helmet, and it's not great. So I'm going to go mining for some diamonds and some other stuff. I've crafted up a bunch of pickaxes, so let's head down into the mines. So I've been mining down from base camp, making this staircase, looking for iron and diamonds and other stuff, and I came across something quite interesting, which is this, and I think this is a trial chamber. So I've never actually done a trial chamber, at least in survival mode. I've looked around them in creative. I don't think I'm ready for it yet, definitely not in this armor, but it's cool to know it's here, and we'll be able to come back at some point and hopefully get a mace and some other good stuff. Well, after about 3 hours down in the mines, I've fully kitted myself out with diamonds now, which is great, and I've still got a few left over spare to make some tools. So that's all good. We shouldn't be killed as easily now, and now we can get on with the main project this episode. And that is going to involve us moving up to the next part of the mountain here. So I'm going to be moving up to this little patch of ground where I'm going to be making a giant potato field. So we've got lots of food, and we can sell it to villagers and all that good stuff. Up the top here, and it's pretty dark as you'd expect. There's a lot of overhangs, so loads of mobs around, which is great fun. I'm going to just clear out the trees and do a bit of terraforming and just get the area ready for us to build on. After clearing out a lot of the area, lighting it up and just making it look a lot better, I decided that I really wanted a waterfall going down to base camp. It would make it easier for me to swim up and not take fall damage, and it just looks pretty cool. Also, it gives water for the crops, which is nice. So we're going to be having potato fields planted all along this area. So I'm up here above base camp now. I've made my way up the mountain, and I've got lots of potatoes planted behind me, which is great. We've got a really good source of food here now. Yep, this should do us well for the entire world. The next thing I want to do is build a pathway up. So I've got my horse, Fridge, down there. I don't know if I explained the name Fridge, but he can jump about half a block, so he jumps like a fridge. So his name's Fridge. And I need to be able to bring him up here because he cannot jump. So we need a pathway coming all the way up here. And it's going to go through the potato fields. And then we're going to have a few little storage huts built around, just so we can store all these potatoes, because getting a bit overwhelmed with them at the moment. So let's get that pathway built now, and I'll see you when that's done. Okay, so now that we've got that path built and I've got a decent supply of food as well as some good armor, I thought I'd go exploring the world a little bit. I want to build out of some clay bricks up there, so I thought I'd gather some of those and have a little explore while we do it. So I've been down that way before. That's where the ruined nether portal is from last episode, where I got some gear. So I'm going to head off in a boat this way. I would take Fridge, but he just can't jump, and that's not really ideal in this pretty amplified terrain world. So we'll take the boat for now. And already the terrain just looks crazy in this world. Look at that giant cliff there. It all looks so cool. So this is my first time playing in an amplified world. I mean, I've never seen terrain generation like this. It's really cool. I'd be interested to know if any of you guys have ever played in this kind of world before. Let me know in the comments if you have. And if you've got any ideas about sort of what to build. Oh my god, look at that. Wow. Yeah, any ideas of what to build would be amazing. And how to survive for sure. I'm definitely going to need to get some feather falling, because I'm going to fall to my death at some point otherwise. So it looks like we've got some cherry blossom trees over there, which is nice to know, because I didn't get any from that wandering trader earlier, unfortunately. But I mean, look up there, there's definitely some. Going to be quite a challenge to get up there to pick them up, but at least we know where they are. I don't think I'm going to be able to get past this line of mountains today. That looks like an insane trek to get up there. But there's a nice river here, so I can get some clay. So I'm going to go and mine some of that, and then we can get back to building. And there we have the potato storage all built. I think it's a pretty nice build. It blends into the cliff very nicely. It's pretty big too, so it should give us plenty of room to store all the potatoes we could ever need, which is great. Because as you can see, we've got quite a few of them. So I'm still harvesting them. But you can take a quick look inside. So down on the bottom floor here, we've got tons of barrels and chests just for all our potato storage needs. I've got a few in a barrel over here, and we'll be slowly filling this up as we hopefully survive in this world. And up the top here, we've got a few more chests just for storing some random junk that I used to build this place. We've also got this composter machine, so we've got some barrels up the top here. We can put our random stuff that we're not using, like these saplings or any spare potatoes in, and just get a little bit of bone meal to help us throughout this world. So while I wait for all of that to turn into bone meal, I thought something quite fun to do in this world would be to keep track of the day we're on and the amount of time we've been playing. So if we have a look now, I am currently on day 51, so I'll put a little marker up in the top corner just so we can keep track of that. But for now, I've got a lot of potato harvesting to do, and there's not really any way to make that look interesting, so here it is with some epic music in the background. Anyway, that's enough of that nonsense. Whilst I've been collecting all those potatoes, I've also been cooking some. So we've got some baked potatoes here. 4 at a time, it's a bit slow, so I'm going to have to find a better way of cooking them up. But I've also been collecting some cows and some sugarcane, ready to do some enchanting pretty soon. I've got this cow abomination here, I can just breed them up with some wheat. And I've also got some sugarcane in the back here. So yeah, we'll get ready to build some bookshelves pretty soon. While I was watching my potatoes bake on this campfire here, I thought they looked pretty cool and was wondering if they'd stay there on a put-out campfire. So I'm going to test it out now because it would be a pretty cool way to store the tons and tons of potatoes I'm gathering. So I grabbed a bucket of water, crafted up a bunch of campfires, and then quickly realised that it's not a bucket of water that you need to put out a campfire. So I used my shovel instead, and there you go. You can store potatoes on a put-out campfire. So I built up this quick shelf here, and put all of our potatoes on it. And you are joining me here underneath the mountain today, where I've been doing a bit of grinding between episodes, and I've got myself a level 30 enchantment set up. And the reason I've made this is because we're going into the Nether today for the first time, and I want to get some enchantments on my gear so I don't die instantly, which would be nice. Now, I currently don't have an XP farm, which is a bit annoying, so at the moment we're getting our levels by smelting up hundreds of potatoes and fishing. But after a decent amount of time, I've got myself some pretty good gear, the highlight being this protection 4 chestplate. So now I think we're ready to head into the Nether. And I do have myself a ruined portal pretty close to the base, so I think we're going to head over, complete that, and then head into the Nether. Let's head in now and see which biome we end up in. Okay, so it looks like we're in the Crimson Forest biome. I probably should have said, but the reason we're going into the Nether today is to get a load of bone blocks. So I'll be looking for a soul sand valley, because I think there's a load of fossils there. So I should be able to mine up a bunch of bones, and then we can do our build today. And it did take me a fair while to find the nearest soul sand valley. There was a lot of traversing through the Nether, which is pretty terrifying. I even came across a bastion, but after my last hardcore world ended at the hands of a piglin brute, I decided to go nowhere near it and carry on searching. But eventually I managed to find the Soul Sand Valley and then started fossil hunting. While I was mining my first fossil, a ghast attacked me and I managed to pull this off, which I was pretty proud of, not gonna lie. But I carried on mining all the fossils out of the Soul Sand Valley and then headed back to base. And the total amount of bone blocks I got out of that was pretty underwhelming, not gonna lie, so I think I'm gonna have to unfortunately use the composter monstrosity to get the rest of the bone blocks I'm gonna need. That does mean I'm gonna have to convert every single potato I've ever harvested, which is a bit sad. But yeah, I'm gonna do that now and then see how many bone blocks we end up with after that. So the composter has been converting potatoes for the last couple of Minecraft days now, non-stop. I think we're going to end up with just over a stack of bone blocks, which is pretty good. It should be enough. But it does mean we are completely out of potatoes. So we will obviously have to harvest up some more to keep our supplies nice and high. But that's enough resource gathering for now. It's time to build. So let's get to it. My goodness, that took a long time. The build itself wasn't too bad, but the bone blocks took a hell of a long time to gather. I thought I had enough, but I definitely didn't. I've been doing a lot of potato harvesting and composting and replanting. And so now we're on day 85, so that took a very long time. But hey, look, I think the bridge looks really cool. And now we've got access to this brand new area. And what I want to do is to bring villagers up to this area. So we're going to move some villagers, which will be nice and fun. But before I get to the fun task of moving villagers up a massive cliff face, I thought I'd wanted to look at my stats just to see how many potatoes I've planted and reharvested and all that stuff. So when I looked, I saw 4,000 potatoes pretty much have been harvested so far in 85 days. So that's a lot of potatoes a day. How many is that? Like 200? 200 potatoes a day? Yeah, nice. So I've only come across one village so far in this world, and that's back at the start where we found fridge near spawn, and that's over this way. So that does mean I have to go under this terrifying cave here. I have tried to light it up as much as possible, so hopefully we don't get blown up by creepers or anything. Ooh. There's a nice boat buried under the water there. Yeah, so this is definitely the way to the village. I'm hoping I can just get a guy in a boat and row him back to the bottom of the cliff back there, and then we'll figure out how to get him up when we get him there. But yeah, I mean, getting villagers around in this amplified terrain is not going to be fun. I mean, villagers suck at the best of times, so yeah, imagine moving them around this. But we're going to give it a go. That was quite a bit further than I remember it being, not going to lie. That is going to be a hell of a trek to get the villagers from here to there, but we've got to do it. So yeah, I think what I'm going to have to do is carve a path through the mountains so I can boat them straight to the base, which is going to be a pretty big task. So I'm going to get on with that, and I'll check back in with you guys when we've got ourselves a path back to the base. That actually didn't take too long at all. It's only one day later now. I found a pretty good route back to the base through mostly water. I had to carve a hole in one cliff, but yeah, it wasn't too bad. We just need to get this villager in a boat now, but he's more interested in the cat, annoyingly. Where are you going, dude? Come on. Get in. Yeah, there we go. Okay, right, so if I get into the water here, I should be able to row him all the way back to the cave base, hopefully. I haven't actually tested it, but I'm pretty sure that the oceans all link up. So yeah, let's take him back. That really wasn't too bad at all. I'm going to go grab another one so we can start breeding them up, probably using potatoes. Yeah, so I'll go grab another one and check back in when I've got him. Okay, so we have our villagers in place now. If you come over towards the mountain here, everything looks normal until you get close enough that you hear that noise. So if we break these two andesite blocks here, just to keep them nicely stored away and safe. Hey, we got our villagers in here. I'm going to spend some time now just sort of throwing potatoes at them and yeah, hoping we get a few more villagers. Yeah, so I'll leave them to it, I think. I have been upgrading my gear. I've pretty much got full protection 4 now, which is great. So I think we should be good for the trial chamber. Oh, and I also managed to get this sharpness 5 sword. So if we just head down the staircase here into the mine, we will reach the trial chamber. So let's go try it out. Okay, so I've dug my way into the chamber and I can see the first spawner down there. So I've never actually done these before. I'm pretty scared, but I mean, I can always just sort of run away, right? If it gets too bad. I just need to remember the way out. So I'm going to mark it with some cobblestone, like here. Right, let's go. Okay, here's skeletons down there. Okay, here's a spawner. What is that? skeletons. Okay, fighting each other, that's a great start. So I really want to get the mace. I've never used a mace in survival before. I've just tried it in creative. I think to get it, you have to increase the difficulty of these trial chambers with the ominous potion. Oh, here we go. Okay, key. Cool. A trial key. Right. What do I do with this? Okay. Let's carry on looking, I guess. Okay, there's another... Oh, I fell. Just keep an eye on my health. I keep forgetting to look. Should probably eat something. Oh. Okay, this definitely isn't too bad. I mean, it's quite a challenge, but it's not like, I don't know, not terrifying. Some good loot here. Efficiency, iron, okay. Anything else? I really like all this copper stuff, so maybe later on I'll come through and mine it all out. I think there's more, yeah, there's more guys down here. I don't really want to drop yet, though. I need to find what to do with this key. I don't know if I... No, I can't put it in here. Okay. Oh, more spawners. Skeletons again. Oh, my shield broke. Okay, that's a problem. Run. Okay, I'm gonna go craft a new shield and then I'll be back because there's a hell of a lot of skeletons. I don't really want to do this without a shield. Okay, we're back with a brand new shield and I brought a couple of chests so I can leave all the goodies I find in and sort of clear up some inventory space. Actually, I might keep that. You never know. Okay, I need the trial key. I don't need that for now. Cool. Let's head back in. There's so many chests and stuff I want to loot. Oh my god. Okay. I'll lock in. Ooh. Nice. Oh, where is that? I think that was up there. This one? Yeah, potatoes, brilliant. Haven't got enough of those already. What else? I have no idea. Okay, I've still got this key though. I need to find out where I use it. I need to loot these as well. Okay. Oh my goodness. Yes, fight each other. I'll just leave them to it for a little bit, I reckon. Hello? Anyone left? A couple of guys. Oh, quite a few guys actually. Come on, fight each other. There we go. There is absolute carnage going on in there at the moment. I would like them just to take care of each other. Oh, okay, that's done. Another key, nice. Oh, get out, get out, get out. Okay, 2 keys. I think I saw the thing in there to unlock with the keys. Hello. Goodbye. Okay, I'm just gonna leave them to it for now. Let's try and get up here because there's another spawn up here. Aha. Okay, we finished this one apparently. I think it was mainly the skeletons killing each other, but this is the key thing I think. Okay. Oh, another key. Nice. Right. Yes. Okay, let's see. Arrows, arrows, crossbow. Okay, that's pretty cool. Piercing 3, not bad. Can I use this again? No, I can't. Okay, there is another one over here. some eggs. Okay, I'm gonna have to mine my way up to this thing. Okay, let's try another key. There we go. Nope. Okay, maybe this is the one you need the big key for, whatever it is. This would have been a great way to get the bone blocks I needed last episode. Oh well. I've completely lost track of where I am. I don't know if this is the one I've already used. I think it is. Oh no, it's not. Iron. Hey, wind charge, okay. That's cool. I haven't found any of those yet. I can definitely try those out now. A hopper, okay, I'll take that. That's a bit random. And now I'm lost. Oh, another thingy. Can I can. Ooh, diamonds. Nice. 2 diamonds, that's cool. I gotta say, for my first time doing a trial chamber, that was really fun. You get some pretty good loot in these. I even found one of the new breeze mobs, which was pretty fun to fight. They just knock you about a load, and I somehow got poisoned. I think it maybe activated a dropper with a poison potion or something. But it was a pretty fun fight, and I got some breeze rods out of it. So we've got half what we need for a mace. I also managed to pick up an ominous bottle potion thing. Which means that at some point we can come back and we can increase the difficulty to try and get that mace, which will be really fun to try. But after all of that, this is all the loot that we managed to gather. Some pretty cool stuff in here. But the highlight for me is this new music disc, which I have never tried before. So I'm going to go and test it out right now. Anyway, that's enough of that. So I've been doing a bit of work over here with the villagers, just getting it set up so I can breed them and then transport them up the mountaintop. So I've got a nice little setup here. So the baby villagers try to walk across to those beds over there because the trapdoors are there and they just fall in this hole. And then from there, we should be able to make a little bubble elevator to take them all the way up to the top of the mountain. I have sent a few guys up so far, but there's not really much up there, and they're probably just getting killed by zombies, to be honest. So if we give this guy a nudge, we can send him up, and then we can also head up, and I'll show you guys where the village is going to be built. So yeah, like I mentioned, there are quite a few mobs up here already. I doubt the villagers that I've sent up are still alive, but they might be. So this is the next part of the mountain. Our bony bridge leads up to here, and this is where we're going to be constructing a village. So it's going to be a pretty big build today. We're going to need 2 things mainly, and that is moss and mud. I haven't got any moss at the moment, but that shouldn't be too hard to find. But in terms of mud, I have built myself this little contraption here, which should convert all of our dirt into mud blocks. This isn't my design, this is a design by Mango. I am not very good at redstone, so would have no idea how to design something like this. But it works very well, and we have been slowly but surely converting all the dirt that we've picked up so far into mud blocks. And I've got a little wheat farm down here, so we can harvest all of that and convert our mud into mud bricks, which is what we're going to be needing for our build today. But the eagle-eyed of you may have realised we're getting pretty close to 100 days here in this world. We're on day 97 at the moment, so just 3 days left to go. And I thought, as a little celebration, we're going to bake ourselves a cake. So I quickly gathered up all the ingredients I needed. I had to wait a bit of time for the chicken to lay an egg, which was a bit annoying. But we've got ourselves a cake now, ready for day 100. Now I spent day 98 harvesting all the potatoes from our farm. We used all the potatoes last episode to build the bony bridge, to convert them into bone meal. So I've been getting our supplies back up. And we're back up to a pretty healthy supply of potatoes now, as well as quite a few poisonous potatoes, which is interesting. But we are on to day 99 now, and I want to spend today exploring the world and trying to find some moss. So I think the best way to look for moss would be to either find it in a shipwreck or find one of those lush caves which are marked by the trees on the surface. So yeah, let's go explore the world and see what we find. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to find any moss on day 99, but I did find this pretty cool village. And in that village, I've managed to loot a bell and some emeralds. While I was out exploring, I also found some dripstone, which is cool, and this cherry blossom tree. So we've got cherry blossom wood now, which is going to be great for building in the future. But I'm back at base camp now, and it's time to sleep. And when we wake up, we will be on our 100th day in this hardcore world. And there we have it, day 100. I think this might be the longest I've ever survived in a hardcore series, which is great. And to celebrate today, we're going to have ourselves a first slice of cake. So I've got a nice little place here in the tent to put our cake down, and I'm going to leave a sign as well, just saying when we manage to get to day 100, which is the 31st of January. And for the rest of day 100, I'm going to be exploring the world, looking through this ocean and trying to find different shipwrecks to find some moss for us. The first shipwreck I found didn't have any moss in, but it did have some cool stuff, including these smithing templates, which I'm definitely going to be putting on my armor. But fortunately, the second shipwreck I found did have moss in it, which is brilliant. I also went and found the buried treasure, because why not? It didn't take too long, although, as you can see, I did have to mine out quite a bit of the desert to find it. But yeah, we've got our moss now, so we can head back home and start building. So I started out by clearing all the trees in the area, which really didn't take too long at all. However, the terraforming did take a very long time. So as you can see here, I've built a cliff out under the bottom of this little section of land. And then I've converted all the grass in the area to moss, which is this quite satisfying thing to do. And yep, so now we have our mossy plateau ready for our village to be built on. So here we are on our green peninsula where we're going to be building our village today. So the way I want to start out is by mapping out the paths for the village. And the paths are going to be made mainly from these mud bricks, from coarse dirt, and from this kind of packed mud. And it's going to be varying those blocks. So yeah, let's get these paths mapped out. Okay, so we've got an early visitor to the village here. It's just one guy by the looks of it. I did hear one of them dying, so I wonder if he maybe spawned inside the cliff. Yeah, let's get rid of this guy. Oh, okay, that was easy. Anyway, we have got ourselves a fountain built here, and we've got the paths as well. So this fountain is going to be where the villagers end up coming from. So the bubble column actually runs up from the bottom of the mountain up into here. And I think they should be alright to escape. If I get yeah, they should be fine to get out. Might have to play with the design a bit if they're not. But yeah, so this is the way we're going to be getting villagers up into the village, and we should be getting a pretty steady supply of baby villagers over time if we keep feeding them carrots down below. So I think that's quite a nice way to replenish the amount of villagers that we have here. I thought I'd quickly test out the fountain and check it's working, so I've come down into the bottom of the mountain and given these guys all the potatoes I have. So hopefully we'll get a baby soon, and we'll see if he makes his way up to the village. So back up the top here, and we haven't got any villagers that have made their way up yet, but I'm sure they'll be fine and we'll get them eventually. I'll probably go down and throw a few more potatoes at them in a bit. But first we need to start building the houses that they're going to live in. So there's going to be 5 houses in total in this village. And they're going to be built from stone bricks mainly, with mossy roofs and yeah, dark oak frames. So I'm going to start building those now. So there is the first house fully built, and I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out. I really like the mossy roof, and I think it goes nicely with the stone base. This is going to be where our farmer villager lives. So it's kind of a farmer slash, I guess, flower gardener kind of villager. So we've got the plant pots out front here. Inside there's just a bed and nothing else really. But then around the side here is where the composter is going to be, so he can get his job. And this is going to be a little farm area in the future. So that's one house down, and now we've just got 4 more to go. I don't want them to all look the same. I want them to be all kind of different in some way. So I'm thinking we're going to have the librarian villager, who's probably going to be over here. We're going to have maybe the smelter over here, and then I don't know who else. But yeah, let's get building some more houses. So I started off by building this tower right here on the edge of the cliff. It looks like it's leaning over the edge, which is pretty cool. This is the tower in which our librarian villager is going to live, so we're going to have lots of books in here and lecterns. As this is the mossy village, I wanted to include moss in all of the builds I've made here. So down the bottom of this tower I started with mossy cobblestone. I used 2 different variations of wood, and then for the roof there's even more moss. The next build I worked on here in the village is the armorer's house. So down the bottom is where the forge is going to be, as well as all the smithing equipment, like the grindstone and anvils and stuff like that. And then up the top are going to be the living quarters, where we can have our villagers sleeping. The village is really starting to come together by now. I've finished the armorer's house, as well as this little hobbit hole here, where we're going to have our villager trading hall. I also built a stable fridge to live in, which is nice. And then I built a cherry blossom tree in the center of the village. That took a fair amount of time, but the village is now complete, and I think it's looking great. We've got our villagers running around, and we've even got a lot of the interiors done. So I'll give you a quick tour now. So the gate over here is where you come into the village, down from the bony bridge down there. And then on the left here is the stable for Fridge to live in. He's in his gold armor now, looking very cool, which is nice. And then the paths all wind around. So this first path here takes us to this house, which is the gardener's house that we saw earlier. With the little garden around the back here. Then we've got our cherry blossom tree, which I think is looking really cool. And the fountain, which the villagers spring up from every once in a while, like this guy. And they're like tiger villagers, which are really cool. They look nice with their little coats. Okay, so we'll do the tower first. So the tower's one of my favourite builds, I've got to say. We've got our bookshelves in here. I need to get some lecterns in here actually. But you can go all the way up to the top, which is really cool. You can see out the windows. So yeah, you can see all the amplified terrain. We can keep moving up to the top here. And from the top here, you can even see, just over there, a tiger village, which is one I visited earlier. But yeah, it's pretty cool up here. And you can see out for a pretty long way. So next up is the armorer's house, which is a pretty cool build. We've got all the equipment down the bottom here. Stone cutter, this thingy, the anvil, our furnaces and some iron armor. And then up the top here, you've got where the villagers sleep. So we've just got a couple of beds, armor stand, and some chests full of all the junk I haven't used yet. But anyway, moving on. We've got our hobbit hole over here, which is probably the most important build. It's where I've got my villager trading set up. So I've managed to get some quite good books. We've got Silk Touch from this guy, Mending here, Efficiency 5, which is good. I don't think I've ever got that from a villager before. And this guy's got Unbreaking 3. I did accidentally hit him with my axe, which is a bit unfortunate. So he's charging us quite a bit of emeralds for those books. But hey ho, what can you do? But yeah, that's the village all complete, and I hope you're ready today to watch me take on a trial chamber in hard mode, because we're going to be using this ominous bottle today to go into a trial chamber and try and get ourselves a mace. But we're not going to be doing it alone. I'm going to be going out into the world real quick to find myself a legion of wolves. So I want to get a load of dogs and take them into the trial chamber with me, just to make it a bit easier and make sure I don't get killed. So yeah, let's go find some dogs now. And while I'm taming up these wolves, I just want to say thank you so much for watching the video, and please do leave a like if you're enjoying this series. It really helps the videos grow, and it just makes me happy. And another thing that makes me happy is the fact that we have now got our wolves, which I am going to take back to the base and breed up, so we've got a whole army ready for the trial chamber. Sometime later, and I think we've got enough wolves to enter the trial chamber, so I'm just going to take the adult ones with me. But yeah, let's do this. Cue the battle music. And oh my goodness, the wolves were insane in this trial chamber. I don't know if I just got really lucky and it was all skeletons, but they literally just ran away as soon as they spawned. We were just hunting them down and, yep, killing them pretty easily. We got quite a few of the big keys, which is nice, so I'm going to unlock some big chests. In the first chest I opened, I got a Bad Omen 3 bottle, so maybe I need to do that to get the mace. I'm not too sure, but I'm not going to drink it now. We've now cleared out all of the trial chamber, and this is the last chest I've got left to open. And sadly, we've only got one dog left as well. The others, yeah, all ended up getting shot and burnt, a lot of them. There were a lot of fire charges flying around. I tried to keep him safe, but we're just down to our last guy, so we're going to have to make sure he gets out nice and safe. So we made it out alive, and here is all the loot that I managed to gather. It's okay. I'm pretty pleased with the smithing templates. They'll look nice and cool. The diamonds are good too, and we've still got 2 keys left, so I'll have to come back and open chests up again at some point. And we got our dog out alive, which is nice. He's going to have a special place in the village because he's a hero that survived. And there he is, the one dog who survived the trial chamber. And his reward for that is he gets to live under this cherry blossom tree in the village forever. So from that trial chamber, I was able to pick up the flow armor trim and the bolt armor trim. And I'd quite like to see what they look like on my leggings and my boots. So I'm going to have a quick look at that now. I quite like it with the redstone. I think it looks cool with the blue and red. Okay, so that is the bolt. It's quite cool. It's got the dots on our knees. Let's see what this one looks like. Ooh, okay, that one, I definitely prefer that one on the leggings, so I'm gonna upgrade that. And then on the boots, we'll see what the bolt looks like. Okay, that looks cool. I like that. Right. We are ready and looking great. And so for the rest of this episode, I'm going to be collecting some materials because I want to build a house for the dogs that we've collected today. I'm going to build this house near base camp, down by the waterfront, and it's also going to have a lot of storage chests in it because at the moment I'm just storing stuff all over the place. So as you can see, I've gathered up quite a few materials, so let's get to building. So we have got ourselves a nice tower built, which we're going to move our dogs into. So we've got our wolves down here, down the bottom base camp now. And I'm going to get them moved into the ground floor of this tower. Yep, so I'm going to go and move those guys now and get them settled into their new home. Not too much in the way of interior at the moment. It's just a wooden floor in here. They've got little windows to look out at, and they can see out into the water, which is nice. So we've still got quite a few left over. I can breed them up as well, which is nice. I will probably use them if I go back into the trial chamber, maybe with the level 3 bad omen at some point, because I still want to get the mace. These guys can't work out how to get through a trapdoor, which is a bit annoying, so I'm going to have to give them a nudge. Oh, and there's still one out there, okay. Maybe if I climb the ladder, they'll teleport in. Oh, there's one. No, don't go up there. Oh dear, okay. Right, there's another one in. You sit. Is he still? You sit. Okay, I think that might be all of them. I'm going to go check up the top, because that guy did climb the ladder, but I think he might have teleported back down. Let's go have a look. Okay, yeah, he teleports back down. Nice, we've got all of them inside. You might have noticed up the top here as well, I have got a little wooden thingy. And I'm going to be building here a giant flame, so it looks like it's a big lighthouse here, sitting at the bottom of the mountain, looking out onto the ocean and onto the world. So yeah, let's get building that flame now. Well, that is definitely one of the hardest things I've ever built in Minecraft, not gonna lie. I took it down and rebuilt it quite a few times. I think it looks really great. Yeah, trying to be like a flame coming out the top of the tower. It looks cool with the sun behind it. It looks better during the midday, I think, when you can actually see all the glass better, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. Oh yeah, look at that. When the sun's hiding, it looks great. That means we've now got a home for our dogs to live in, and it's all complete, which is nice. I'm going to add a few storage chests up into the middle. But for the rest of today's episode, I want to work on getting armor for our wolves, and that means we have to adventure out into the world, and I have been looking for a savanna biome to try and find ourselves some armadillos, and I've travelled pretty far. I've travelled across these giant mountains, and yeah, we finally found ourselves a savanna biome. Now we've just got to find the armadillos. Whilst I was looking for them, I came across this ruined nether portal, which I rebuilt, so now we've got a much easier way of getting home, which is nice. And luckily, right next to the nether portal, there were 2 armadillos, which I quickly transported back through the nether. And they look quite funny when they run, so here's a quick clip of them doing that. Anyway, I managed to get them both back safely to the base. And with them both safely back, I'm about to build an incredibly complex scoot farm. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, pay attention because this is going to be very difficult to follow. So basically what you need to do is you need to dig 2 holes like this. You need to put some hoppers underneath. And then you need to put mud on top. And that's it done. So I went AFK for a bit while I did some washing up. And when I came back about 20 minutes later, I had got enough scoot for 2 wolf armors. So let's go put those on our dogs right now. And there we have our 2 guard dogs sat outside this giant dog castle that we built today. They look very majestic in their armor, and they can take a few more bits of damage, which is nice. But I need to get a few things ready before we can go find the Ender Dragon and get that Elytra. So yeah, let's get that done now. And that starts off with me heading into the Nether because I haven't actually got any blaze rods yet. So I quickly found the nearest fortress, and it didn't take too much time to get the blaze rods I needed. And whilst I was in the Nether, I also decided to get some Endermen from the nearby Crimson Forest. So we've got the Ender Pearls we need as well now to make our Eyes of Ender. Also, please like and subscribe for more insane Enderman kills like this. So we're back at base now, and I think I've got everything I could possibly need for the Ender Dragon. I've got 13 Eyes of Ender, got a couple of buckets of water, and I've got some rockets in case we do find the Elytra. I want to head back home nice and easily. So I'm going to throw in my first Enderite, and we're going to find out which direction we need to head to find that portal. And of course it breaks instantly. Well, we know where we need to go now. And luckily, most of our journey went over the water, which means I didn't have to go across insane amplified terrain. And it really didn't take too long to find the stronghold and make our way in. God, I hate silverfish though. Trying to kill these things is so annoying. They're so hard to hit. But we got them dealt with, and now we are ready to light our portal. Well, it turns out I forgot all of my arrows, so I had to head back to the base and grab those. Thankfully, I realised before going in, otherwise that would have made the dragon fight a whole lot harder. But now we are ready to enter the end. And I don't know how to do the speedrunner version of the Ender Dragon fight, so I started off by taking out the main towers, which didn't take me too long. And I'm sure you've all seen the dragon fight before, but I always find the hardest part of it is not looking at Endermen and getting swarmed by them. So to try and keep clear of all the Endermen, I hid underneath the dragon and got some good shots in with my bow, and then as it got lower, I got some shots in with my sword as well. And then on day 193 of this amplified hardcore series, I managed to take out the Ender Dragon. I quickly grabbed the dragon egg, and now we are ready to carry on with our adventure and find that elytra. And is there anything worse than pillaring across the void? This is so scary. It's bad enough in normal survival, but in hardcore it's like 10 times worse. My pinky is pressing so hard on shift, I'm so scared. But as I ender pearled off my second pillar that I've made across the end, I saw the most beautiful sight on the horizon. So we have made it here to the bottom of the end city. I just need to get in, get the elytra, and get out. Although I would like a couple of shulker boxes as well, but the elytra is the priority. I've got enough blocks, I think, to pillar across. This is definitely the most dangerous thing I've done so far in this hardcore world, and I really don't want to die in its end here, so... Okay, that's not a good start. Instantly got more shulker boxes. Okay, nice, we got one. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to leave those guys. In hindsight, baked potatoes probably weren't the best food to bring in. They are not great compared to steak or something else, but it's what we got a lot of, so it's what we're using. I can hear one guy at the top here. Yep, he's there. Okay, I just need one more shulker shell, and then I can get myself a shulker box, and I need to grab that elytra, and then I need to run. I need to run all the way home. Okay, I think this is... Okay, that's not a big room. No, okay. Let's get over here. Maybe mining through the wall. Okay, there's quite a few of them in this room. I'm scared. Okay, we got loot. That's good. Oh my god, I'm so bad. Okay, there's one down. One more shot. Nice. Okay, I think there's one more guy left in this room. Is that him there? Yes. Okay, nice. I think that's everyone in this room taken out. Now when we stop levitating, we've got another shulker shell. Nice. Right, that's fine. Oh, there's another shulker shell up there. Okay. I don't want to get too greedy and die, but I don't really want to come back here anytime soon, so I'm gonna grab as much loot as I can. Okay, that's fine. Fortune 3, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna take myself this ender chest as well. A few end rods. Ooh. Nice. No, not nice. Okay, is that 4? 5. Okay, damn, we're racking up the shulker shells. I haven't even got looting on my sword. Just getting quite lucky. This way. This is giving the stressful part. Right. I need to pillar across. I need to not die. Oh my goodness. Okay, go quick. No, nice. Oh, I see a thing heading. Yep. I can't make that. I can't make that. Right, let's get back under here. Don't get hit. Oh no, that's a lot. We got feather falling, so we should be fine with full damage. Oh my god, how'd that not hit me? Okay, let's carry on pillaring. No! God damn it, there's so many of them. I don't even know where these are coming from anymore. Okay, I think we're close enough now that if we get hit, we can just float over to the ship. I hear the shulker box is opening. Yeah, go on then. You can shoot me now. There we go. Nice. Okay, we made it to the ship. Once we've stopped floating, we should be able to get in. Oh, local brewery. There we go. Haven't done any of that brewing yet, but I'll take that. Okay, one last guy. Hopefully he gives us a shell. Yes, okay, I think that's, yes, 6. Nice. Oh, okay, we did it. We made it. Drop all of this stuff, and we can grab ourselves the elytra and boots. Get our rockets. And for the first time in this hardcore world, we can take flight. Oh, yes. That feels good. We were so close to this end city where we spawned in. That's super lucky. I had to pillar across 2 big voids. And there's the portal we came through. Can I hit it first time? No. Anyway, I don't have any blocks. Okay, let's try that again. I don't want to die hitting this. That'll be quite embarrassing. So better heal up. And there we go. Ooh. We made it. All the way back home. With our elytra. Cue the credits. And we have made it back to base. Safe and sound after that long adventure. Yep, so for the first time in this series, I can now fly up to the top of the mountain and see just how much work we've got left to do. Because that is the plan for this series. I want to have this entire mountain built upon. I want structures all over the place, and there's a lot of space to do that. There's these caves here. There's all the space around the side here, and it goes all the way up to the top here. We're going to terraform this and make it look a bit better than it does now. There's even a few floating islands, which we might put some builds on in the future. And now that we've got the elytra, the game completely changes. We can get things done so much more quickly with this. We can fly around and just doesn't take anywhere near as much time to get things done. I am here today at Magic Mountain to start off because I want to try a bit of magic of my own. So I've seen something around online that ender porters are back using fishing rods, and I've never tried this before, so I think this is how it works. So I'm on a chunk border here, and if I fire my fishing rod like this, open this trapdoor, and then if I throw my ender pearl in there, okay, it stays there. Right, well, it's very close to hitting that. Okay, let's go through the portal. And then once I'm on the other side, okay, apparently now if I trigger my fishing rod, I should get teleported back to the overworld. Oh my god, it works. That's so cool. Okay. Okay, I want to test this a little bit. I don't know if I can get rid of the fishing rod, like take it out of my offhand and then put it back in or not. Let's try it. Okay, so go back through. I can't believe this actually works. This is so cool. Alright, let's try and move the fishing rod in there. Go around, do our stuff, find some blocks. Okay, I want to go home now. Can I now? Oh my goodness. Okay, this is insane. Right. I will definitely be having this loaded all the time when I go out exploring. Especially in hardcore. This is going to be so good. Anyway, on to today's episode. So we built this magic mountain at the end of last episode, and the plan is going to be to put farms in here. Because at the moment, I've only got one farm in this entire world. Well, I've got the potato farm. I've only got one automatic farm in this entire world, and it is a scoot farm. And I don't really need scoot, but I've got a bit of it now. But yeah, we need to sort this out, because at the moment, if I need sugarcane, I'm just coming down here and punching these, and got wheat growing back here, and it's all a bit of a mess. So yeah, in today's episode, we're going to be building a lot of farms. So I've finished the entrance to the cave now, and it's nothing too crazy. I've just tried to make it look a bit like a geode with the smooth basalt and the calcite, and then going into the amethyst, and I think it looks pretty nice. And this is going to be where we're storing our farm stuff. So I want to build on my farm slightly differently today. Normally what I do is I just start at the top and then put the chests wherever I happen to finish. Today I want to make sure the chests are in the right place. So I'm thinking I want my creeper farm to output to here. I want my sugarcane farm to output to here. And I want my moss farm to output to here in the center. So I guess we'll use one chest. Yeah, so I'm going to build those farms now. I won't show you too much of that because I'm sure you've seen it 1,000 times before. People building different moss farms and different creeper farms and different sugarcane farms. So it's not that interesting. But I will show you a quick time lapse, and then when that's done, we'll have lots and lots of goodies. I thought a time lapse of me building a creeper farm would be quite boring, so instead here's me trying to find a cat in a village. The first village I went to didn't have any cats around, but I did find this villager and the fox stuck in these trapdoors, so I freed him. But luckily in the second village I found a cat straight away, and then I found a second black cat, so I took them back to the base, and they are what powers our creeper farm. And while I was building the farm, I had a visitor, but he wasn't selling anything good, so yeah. So we have the creeper farm done now. It's working pretty well. I have had a few spiders in there, so it's definitely not 100% efficient, but I don't really care. It's getting us, well, we've got 9 gunpowder. I've literally only just finished this thing, so it's working well enough. That should be enough gunpowder for us. So next up, I'm going to build a sugarcane farm, and that is going to be output sugarcane right here. I was thinking I might also try messing around with auto crafters to craft some rockets, because I haven't really done that before. So I'm going to get that sugarcane farm built, and then when that's done, we will meet back up. Well, the sugarcane farm is also done now, so we've got a good supply of paper and gunpowder, which means we've basically got unlimited rockets, which is great. But for now, I want to use this gunpowder to go into the nether, because I haven't got any ancient debris yet. 7, okay. Well, we're going to go blow up some of the nether and try and find some ancient debris. We've only got 7 TNT, so I might have to take some beds with me as well. But I want to get fully upgraded tools. I don't really care about the armor. I quite like the way diamond armor looks, and with mending it doesn't really make a difference if you have netherite or diamond. But I want to get enough for some netherite tools, so let's head into nether right now. But before I head in, I'm going to do this fishing rod trick, just so I can get out if anything bad happens. Oh, and I missed that. Anyway, let's try that again. Perfect. Okay, let's head into nether. So I'm down here at Y7. I think that's probably about the right depth. I can't totally remember, to be honest. But we are going to use our TNT, all 7 of it, to see if we can get ourselves some netherite. So let's set this off and run away. Okay, I've got my fishing rod here, so if I need to get home, I can. I can hit lava, that's great. Don't need the sand. Right. Any ancient debris in here? Got some lava. Doesn't look like it unless it's currently being covered by this lava. Nope, none here. Okay, let's try again. Set that off, and then run away. More lava. No ancient debris. Hey, okay, that's our first ancient debris right there. Let's go grab it. I've got full inventory at the moment, so let's get rid of some netherrack. Right, here we go. First ancient debris achieved. Right, so I need four in total to get myself a netherite pickaxe. That would be great to get today. I'm going to keep going with this last 4 TNT. I wonder if we can get any more with this. Well, I didn't find any more ancient debris with the loss of my TNT, so I decided to use my pickaxe and just go crazy mining all the netherrack I could find, until eventually this happened. Well, it took long enough, but I finally found some more ancient debris. So we've got here 1. Okay, we're on 2 right now. We need 1 more from this to get a pickaxe. Come on, under here. Yes, okay, nice. We've got 4 ancient debris now, and that means I can get out the nether, which means I can do this. That's so cool. And I'm back home. Okay, so I'm going to go smelt up my ancient debris now and make myself my first netherite ingot. While that's smelting, I just got to say one thing in this world that's really annoying is there's tons and tons of bats. I don't understand why they keep spawning all over the place. I've killed so many. I've literally never killed so many bats in a world before. I can have a look now. Bats. I've killed 7 bats. Okay, it feels like I've killed more, but I don't normally see them so often, and they're quite annoying in this world. Try and make it 8. Where's my bow? There. Number 8. There we go. Okay, so we should have our netherite scraps now, which means we can make our ingot. So we go back upstairs, craft. Ta-da. And we can get our pickaxe. Oh, I've just realised I need the upgrade thingy, which you get from bastions, and I am not going near a bastion right now. If any of you have watched the Pale Hardcore series, you'll know that's how I died in my last hardcore world. It was a piglin brute, and I am not ready to lose this world, so we're going to have to wait on the netherite tools for a little bit. One more thing I'd like to do today is go back into the trial chamber because I still have 2 ominous trial keys. So I think enough time has passed that I can use these again now. I'm not totally sure how it works. If anyone in the comments can let me know if the trial chamber sort of chests respawn over time, or I don't know. I don't know how they work. But we're going to go try our keys again and see if they give us the heavy core, because I really want to try the mace out in survival. Alright, I'm going to put my chest plate on if we're going back in here. So I need to remember not to try and fly. I don't think I've got anything else useful in here. I'm not going to try and fight anything. I'm just going in to use the chests and getting out again. So I know there's 1 chest. Oh, I did not put my chest plate on. There we go. I know there's 1 chest over here, up there, where there's also a skeleton somehow. Oh no. I messed that up. Anyway. Up here. Nice. Okay, you can go away. Right, can I use this key? Oh, I still can't use it. Okay. Maybe I have to complete the trial chamber again. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look that up. But for now, I'm gonna get out of here. I guess I can check 1 more chest. Do you work? No, you don't work. Okay, I need to leave. There's a lot going on. I'm just gonna leave you guys to it and head through here. And there's a guy there, of course. Right, let's get out of here. Don't want anything to do with this. I don't know how I can use these keys again. Maybe I have to find another trial chamber. That would be super annoying if I do. Okay, well, no mace yet, and no netherite tools yet. So it's been a bit of a failure, not going to lie, but hey, we're still alive, and that's the most important thing. And I was originally planning on ending the episode right there, but I got the sudden urge to build a bunch more farms. So our cave is now full with a hell of a lot of farms. We have got now the sugarcane and gunpowder farms, which we already had. I've also added a melon and pumpkin farm because I haven't really got any good source of emeralds at the moment. So this is chugging along nicely. Down the bottom here, I've got a little bamboo farm set up, mainly because I like the new bamboo blocks, and probably be building with those in the future. And then just through here, I have built an absolute monstrosity. So this is a moss / bone meal farm. I just followed a tutorial. I did not design this myself, but if I turn it on, yeah, it works the same way they normally do, where cobblestone generators here, and then you bone meal moss, and it outputs a load of stuff. So I haven't got it in moss collecting mode at the moment. I'm trying to get enough bone meal to keep it going. So I've got a bit of bone meal going. But yeah, this is within the mountain now. And while we wait here for all the bone meal to generate, we're gathering pumpkins and bamboo and sugarcane and all that good stuff. So we are pretty well set to carry on forwards in this world now. I've got an unlimited supply of rockets, which is nice. We've got our magical cave, which is supplying us with all sorts of goodies, which means we'll be able to build all over this mountain in future. And in the next episode, I'll be planning on moving up to this next section here. And I really need to sort out my storage situation, because right now I've got chests down in the tower, down at the campsite, in the village. I've even got some just stuck in a wall here down by the lake, which is not good. Yeah, these ones, they definitely need to go. So we're going to be building a giant storage center. Series, I hope you are doing well, and I hope you're ready today to watch me build a giant storage system, because we've got a real issue in this world at the moment, and you'll see that in here. Yeah, we've got a lot of chests full of junk. So yeah, this is all in this room here, and also over here. One back here as well. Oh, and also these chests here. And of course, not forgetting all the junk up here. So yeah, we have a real problem with storage. I've got so much stuff just lying around. So today we're going to build ourselves a nice storage container. Problem is, I don't really want to build a humongous redstone monstrosity which sorts everything automatically and all of that stuff. Not yet, at least. I want to build something fairly compact, which means I'm going to need a lot of shulker boxes. So to start today's episode, we are going to be heading back into the end. And I'm going to be using the fishing rod and ender pearl trick that I showed you in last episode. So once I'm done getting all my shulker boxes or shulker shells, I can just click my fishing rod and head back that way. Yeah, so I've got the elytra now, so it should be a lot easier to survive in the end. I've also got my looting 3 sword, so we should be able to get quite a few shulker shells. Oops. Quite a few shulker shells in no time. So I'm going to head off to the end now, and I will show you guys some of that. But before I go looking for end cities, I'm quickly going to make sure my elytra is all mended up using this enderman farm that I built. Yeah, it generates a hell of a lot of XP. As you can see, we've got loads of rockets, so we are ready to head off to the end cities now. So I started off by heading back to the end city where I found my elytra. There were still some shulkers lurking around that I hadn't got last time I was here. I also didn't get the dragon head from the boat. Whilst I was fighting the shulkers though, I unfortunately accidentally clicked my fishing rod and sent myself back home, which is annoying, so I had to quickly run back. But the first thing I did when I got back to the end city was dismantle one of the boats. If you've seen the thumbnail of this video, I'm sure you know why that is, but let's just say we'll be needing this stuff later. But if you're curious what an end boat looks like inside of a shulker box, well, it looks like this. Anyway, let's carry on with end busting. After this, I ended up setting myself a time limit of an hour and a half to see how many shulkers I could get in that time. I ended up going to, I think, 4 end cities in that time, and I managed to get quite a good haul of shulker shells, which I'm pleased with. So after an hour and a half of end busting, I have come away with 54 shulker shells, which I think is pretty good. Although I guess we haven't actually come away yet. So we've got a long trip home now, so... Okay, now we've come home with our 54 shulker shells. I actually thought that wasn't going to work for a minute there. That took a while to trigger. But yeah, we're back home. That's enough for, what, 27 shulker boxes, I think? Which should be more than enough to store all of the stuff that I've got dotted around the world. So yeah, I'm going to get to building where we're going to store that now. So we're going to be building the ship just off the edge of the cliff here by the mountain. I'm going to build a little sort of docking port or like bridge thing like they have in the end. Just coming off the side of the cliff here. I think this will look quite nice with the mycelium. It's similar-ish in colour. And I've also got the the logs as well, so I'll put those in. So yeah, we're going to have a little bridge going off this way, and then we're going to be building our ship just hanging over the edge here. Yeah, I think it should look pretty cool. And the end ship is now all done. So we've got our complete ship moved here from the end. We've got a bit of an interior as well. This is where the chests are going to go and all of our storage. And it's just started raining, which is lovely. Thunderstorm even, brilliant. But we've got one last thing to do before we can call this ship complete. And that is to put the dragon head just on the end here. Right, now we can have a look at this thing in the rain. Oh yeah, I think that looks really cool. It looks like it's leaving the magic mountain. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna go sleep before I get struck by lightning. Okay, so here it is in the day. Not in the thunderstorm. And it looks pretty nice, I think. Fits in really well. Could be a little bit further away from the cliff, but that took a long time to build. I am not moving that. But yeah, I hope you guys like it. I do have a few things left over. These are all from the end busting. So we've got a spare elytra now. I got the smithing template, which is pretty cool. Got some good backup gear. And I've still got the shulker shells to use. Well, I've got a spare dragon head as well. I forgot about that. Okay, yeah, so we've got the item frame. And we've got the place in the boat where the elytra normally goes. And so I need to think of something quite special to add into this item frame here. So I'm going to have a think about that. But in the meantime, we're going to get our chests and all of our goods moved into the boat here. And there's not really any way for me to make sorting items interesting, but here it is with some epic music in the background. Oh my goodness, I hate organising chests in this game. It is so boring. I've spent the last, I don't know, maybe half hour, it felt like forever, just organising and clearing out all the chests from all around the base, but we've got it done now. So if we head over to the ship, like this, you can see how I've organised stuff. So I've got, in here, I don't know why, I chose to use white dye on these signs and you cannot read it at all. But anyway, in here we've got our rocks, so mainly these shulker boxes are filled with cobblestone, there's a bit of tuff and other stuff in there. And then these are just the last few bits that I got too lazy to sort properly. In here we've got wooden things, so a lot of wood. Yeah, it's all sorted out pretty nicely. This is quite an interesting one, our valuables chest. So we've got some nice stuff in here. Got all the stuff from the trial chamber down here. But it's all organised, and I don't want to look at it again. Not for a while at least. So I'm going to get out of here. Oh, the ship does look really cool up there. I'm very pleased with how it looks. I thought what I'd do for the last part of this episode is just to maybe walk around the base a bit, make sure everyone knows exactly where everything is. So we started our world down here at the campsite. This is base camp, and the plan has been and is still to keep working up this huge mountain here and building all across it. So this horse here is Fridge that I found on day one. He's called Fridge because he can jump like half a block. So he jumps like a fridge. That's why I called him that. Anyway, so we've got our tower here where we've kept our wolves. We took a load of wolves into a trial chamber. And now they live in this giant keep here. And I think it looks pretty cool. And then if we follow the path upwards through the mountain, we come to the potato fields. So these are what fed us for most of the early game. And I still eat them sometimes, to be honest. And in here we've got our potato storage. So, yeah. Yep. Bunch of chests. Oh my goodness. Okay. You didn't see that. There's some chests I didn't sort. Ignore that. Anyway. Perfectly sorted chests in there. And then up the bone bridge here. This leads up to the village. Which we built a bit later in the world. And that's where we've got our villagers, which give us all of our enchantments and stuff. So this stable here is where Fridge lives most of the time. And then the villagers are pretty nice. Hanging out on the edge of a cliff. We've got our tower up here. Our villager trading hall in here is pretty nice, although this isn't really complete yet. And then up there is the magic part of the mountain. So I still need to create some way of getting up there without using an elytra or ender pearls. I'm thinking I want to put like a ladder in around here. The problem is the villagers will just climb up the ladder, and I mean they already die all the time. Like they take damage falling off of this thing for some reason. So I guess I can just put the ladder in and just let them fall to their deaths, whatever. That's their own problem. Yeah. But then up here, where I want to get the ladder going to, is the magic pass of the mountain. Where we've got all of our crystals and stuff. And then our end boat, which we built today. So I'm really happy with how this world is coming together. This is probably my favourite ever hardcore world, to be honest. I don't think I've ever lived this long. We are now on day... Where is it? 290. Okay, so we're coming up to 300. And yeah, it's really coming together. I'm really pleased with it. Where I have just made a pretty shocking discovery. I did a bit of Googling about trial chambers because I have a bunch of ominous keys that I want to use in here. And it turns out that the chests in a trial chamber never reset. So if we want to use these keys, we're going to have to go find a new trial chamber. And the reason I want to use these keys is because I haven't managed to get a mace yet, which is pretty annoying. I've opened, I think, 4 of these chests. There were 4 in total around the chamber, but they never work again. So if we want to use these keys, we are going to have to find ourselves another trial chamber. So I'm getting out of here because there's a lot of skeletons spawning. Thankfully, though, the mace isn't too important for what we want to do today. But one thing that is in the trial chamber is that we have 2 breeze spawners, which is great because I want a lot of wind charges for what I want to build today. So yeah, we're going to be trying to farm the breezes. I've never tried that before. I don't really want to look at a tutorial. I want to kind of figure it out for ourselves. I don't think it'll be too hard. I mean, it's just a mob spawner, right? So yeah, I'm going to go clear out some area around that mob spawner now, and then we'll try and build ourselves a farm. But we are not going to be heading into the trial chamber alone. I've got a bunch of bodyguards in here, and we've got some nice fresh armor for these guys. So we're going to take a couple of them in with us, just so the skeletons don't bother us too much. Right, let's go. So I cleared out the spawners around the breeze spawner. There were a couple of zombie spawners and a skeleton spawner. And then I started clearing out the copper around it. I also got rid of the extra spawners, so I got rid of the zombie spawner and the skeleton spawner. This might have been a stupid thing to do, but I didn't want them annoying me while I was trying to farm blazes. But oh my goodness, do these things take a long time to mine out. Right, while I was clearing out the area around the breeze spawner, I found this, and I'm pretty sure this is a big ominous chest, which I haven't opened yet. If we get a heavy core from this, I'm going to be so happy. Come on. It's our last chance. It's the last one in the entire chamber, as far as I know. Come on. Heavy core. Looks like we're looking for another trial chamber. Well, that was annoying, but it's okay, because I have finished redecorating the trial chamber, and I have got something set up. I am 90% sure this isn't going to work, but let me walk you through our breeze farm real quick. So the idea is that the breeze just spawn in here, the water pushes them down, 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 and along to here, where they're standing on a hopper, and I can be in this little room here and just kill them with my sword. I will be amazed if this works. Oh yeah, we've got this one block here, which I just couldn't get water to flow on. Well, I'll be absolutely amazed if this works out, but I've got myself an ominous bottle, so hey, let's just give it a go. If I drink this, I should see... Okay, it's working. They're spawning in. Right, I'm going to go down to the little kill chamber, and we can see if they make their way here. Right, I can see them. Come on. Okay, they see me. Okay, let's move over here, because they're just shooting at me at the moment. I really... Oh, okay, I hope they can't open the door with their wind charges. They might be able to, though. Yeah, the door's closed. Right. I don't see the breeze. Maybe they... Oh, my goodness. Alright, that's it. I think this is successful. That kind of worked. I mean, we've got 26 breeze rods out of it, which I don't know how many wind charges you get from one breeze rod. We'll find out in a minute. And I also got some steak. I don't know if I can be bothered to go and get that. Did anything else drop? Let's see. It should have fallen into the chest here. No. But hey, we've got 26 breeze rods, and we've also got a few keys from when I did this trial chamber earlier, which means we might be able to get a couple more wind charges, because I've got a chest here, which is locked at the moment, but I've got another one around here, which is also locked at the moment, but we can use this key at one point. So after all of that, we managed to get ourselves about 4 stacks, well, 3 stacks and 63 stacks of wind charges, which should be more than enough for what we want to build. And what I want to build is a way of getting from the village here up to the magic mountain. I don't really want to use ladders or anything like that, so I am going to be building a wind launcher thingy. And it's pretty simple to do. Fridge away. Yeah, so I've actually got all the stuff that I need. I've got 4 dispensers, a pressure plate, and some redstone dust, and that is literally all I need. I'm just trying to figure out where it should be. If I launch from here, I think I might hit the cliff. Let's go from here. Right. Time for some redstone on camera. Okay, so I'm going to get my 4 dispensers and have them facing inwards. Like this. Okay, I can cover them with moss actually, so I'll get some moss later. Is that? Wait. Okay, that is literally it, I think. I don't even think I need the redstone. Let's just test this. So if I fill these up with wind charges. Okay, if I step in this now, I'm pretty sure. Oh my god. Oh, okay. I hit the cliff there, which is a bit unfortunate. Let's try this again. Wait for it. Oh my god, that is so good. That's so fun. Okay, great. I should probably farm up a few more wind charges so we can keep that thing stocked. I think I might put a few of these all over the mountain. I also think there's a way to make yourself fly even higher. I think you can use 8 dispensers, so I'll have a look at doing that as well. So for now, I'm going to farm up a few wind charges, and yeah, I'll meet back with you guys when I've got those. Okay, so I found out how to do the 8 dispenser trick. I'm going to test them out side by side. This isn't my design. This is from, well, I got it from a Cub fan video, so yeah, I did not come up with this. But you have to put 8 dispensers like this. Get rid of this pressure plate. And then we go decorated pot. And then a pressure plate. Oh, and this dispenser is facing the wrong way. Like this. Okay, then I fill these up with wind charges. And it should launch you a lot higher. So what I'm going to do with the magic of some editing is do these 2 side by side and just show the difference in how high I get launched by these 2 launchers. This should be fun. So we're pretty far zoomed out, which should tell you all you need to know, but there are 2 versions of me down the bottom, and if we launch now, it's honestly like 10 times higher with 8 dispensers. It's mad. The only slightly annoying thing about this wind charge thing is that it does break the pot every time you use it. So it's not like you can just keep coming back to it and using it over and over again. You do have to recraft the pot, which is slightly annoying. But I mean, it is absolutely insane. I'm going to show you from my point of view what it looks like here. So just minding our own business, walking around, and then wow, we are literally like at the top of the mountain from way down here. It is mental. One last thing I feel like I should try out, as we are in a village here. I feel like for the purposes of science, we should probably test what happens to villagers if they walk into this, just, you know, just to check. So yeah, I'm gonna get one set up here, and we're gonna maybe lure one villager in just to see how he does. Right, we have our 8 dispenser wind charge launcher set up here, and oh, okay. Let's try and lure this guy in and see just how he does. Come on, guy. So close. Nearly. Give it a little nudge. No, come back. Come on. Just what? Oh no. Come on. You can survive. Oh dear. Well, that was insane. Maybe it's not safe to have this just lying around the village. I should probably put it in a place where only I can access it, because, you know, we don't want all of our villagers going the same way as our Fletcher just did. But oh my god, that was so funny. So for the safety of everyone in this village, I have decided to move the wind charge launchers to a nice little corner of the village where only I really go. It's down here, and I forgot the pressure plate. There it is. And we've got a pretty clear run up to the mountain. So I'm pretty sure if I walk in here, Perfect. Don't even need to use the elytra. Didn't even take full damage. That is perfect. And I hope you're ready for an absolutely mammoth project today, because that's what we've got in store. We're going to be moving up to the next part of the mountain and terraforming and building a pretty humongous build, to be honest. It's the first time I've ever actually planned a build in creative. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to do that. But before we get onto that, it is currently day 298. So it's 2 days until day 300. And I don't really want to spend day 300, you know, just building around the mountain. I'd like to be doing something a bit more interesting. So I've still got this one ominous trial key. And it turns out I need to find a new trial chamber in order to use it. So I'm going to be spending the next 2 days looking for a trial chamber and hopefully getting ourselves a mace. Well, I do actually have a creative version of this world, so I hopped into that and didn't have any problems with zombies, so that was nice. But I also found out that there is a trial chamber at 32 by 208. So right here, there should be a trial chamber directly below us. So I'm going to just dig straight down and hope for the best, I guess. Although my shovel's very close to dying, so let's hope we make it. Okay, there we go. Right. We're going to find ourselves a place to use this key, use it, and then get out. Because I do not want to deal with this stuff. Well, unfortunately I did have to deal with this stuff because when I found the chest it was surrounded by a breeze spawner and a spider spawner. So I got rid of those guys and then I used my key and we didn't get the heavy core again. It's super annoying. I think that's like 0 for 6 now, but I decided I'd spend the rest of day 298 and 299 just playing around in the trial chamber. And I've got to say, I really do enjoy these trial chambers. It's definitely the most I've ever played them in this world. I'd never really tried them in survival before. But I'm really having fun, and there's no way I'd rather spend day 300. Yeah, so I took out a lot of skeletons, a lot of slimes, and we got some good loot at the end of it. Unfortunately, still no heavy core, but we definitely will get that one day. Okay, so we are back at base now, and here is all the loot I managed to get from that day 300 trial chamber. Got some pretty cool stuff in here, a few more keys to go open the chests down below. But now we need to start thinking about today's mega project, and for that I'm going to need a hell of a lot of materials. So I'm going to do a quick time lapse of material gathering now, and then we should be ready to start building. So I headed out to the mesa and gathered up a load of terracotta. I also gathered a load of sand and sandstone, as we're going to need a hell of a lot of smooth sandstone for this build today. And while I was flying back, I came across a village and found this pretty weird looking plant in the ground, even though the ground wasn't hoed. So I thought I'd just show you that. Well, that has been a very long material gathering session. We are now on day, 316. So it's taken us, what's that, like 14 days of Minecraft to get all the stuff ready. And here it is. We've got a load of terracotta, acacia, and sandstone stuff, as well as all these random little bits. The lecterns took a pretty long time to get, and I've also got a bunch of sand in my inventory, because before I can even start building, I really want to make this cliff look a bit better. So the idea for this part of the mountain is that it's going to be the deserty area, so we're going to be terraforming this, putting in a load of sand, and putting a pathway up from the magic part of the mountain down here, which will lead us up to the next part so we can just walk up nicely. So I'm going to time-lapse the terraforming now, and then we're ready to start building our giant project. God, that's taken a long time. We have now got our mini desert in place here on the mountain, and it's looking pretty good. Still got a bit more terraforming to do, but that's enough for now, and we can definitely start our building. This is going to take a long time, but I'm going to time-lapse it and hopefully it looks good. So yeah, let's cut to the time-lapse of this ginormous build.
day 337. That is what we're on now, and this project is finally finished. I am super happy with how it turned out. I think it looks really cool. I just added the creeper face as a last minute addition, and I think it adds so much. But yeah, we've got our sand castle up here on the cliff, and if we come inside into the courtyard, you see there are three houses that I can build in. So I'll probably add some storage in here, maybe an enchanting setup down here, and I will probably end up living in this house here because yeah, I should probably get a home in this world. It is 350 days in now, so yeah. So for the first time ever, I used Light Matica to build this, and I did not have a good time using that, I've got to say. I think it's because there were loads of blocks really close together. I got so confused. You probably see when I did the time lapse, I was just building all over the place, and I think it took longer, to be honest. But I'm really happy with how this build turned out. I really like the flags waving in the wind. I think they look really nice, and I think the color palette really matches the desert theme we've got going on for this part of the mountain. If you listen over here, yeah, I think I might have forgot to light up some of the underside of the cliff, but that is a problem for another time, because we've got our castle finished, and I'm so happy with how it turns out. I might have to put string down in a lot of the places, because the snow is pretty annoying, and I mean, we're nearly at the top of the mountain now. I don't think there's any way I can stop it snowing, unfortunately. So yeah, there might have to be a bit of string going into place. But other than that, we are all finished with the castle. And now we've got to do some interiors, because at the moment, it's all pretty empty. But that is not a job for today. No, the last job we have left to do today is to head back down to base camp, because today we passed another 100-day mark. So on day 100, we took our first slice of cake. On day 200, we took our second slice of cake. And now we're reaching day 300. Well, now we've gone past day 300. I think it's only fair we take a third slice of cake. And I just ate steak, so I'm not hungry. So we're going to have to, yeah, just do a little bit of this. Just to burn off a bit of hunger. Do not try this at home if you're wanting to eat food. Any second now. Come on. There we go. Okay. Day 300 has been reached. Brilliant. But that is all I've got time for today. I really hope you've enjoyed this episode. I don't have enough rockets to get up there. Hang on. I'm trying to film an outro, but I don't have enough rockets to get up to the castle. So we're going to have to go walking up to get our rockets. Very pleased they've got this wind charge launcher in. Oh, less pleased I forgot to light up this part of the mountain, but we'll just leave that, guys. I have been exploring the world a little bit, just flying around with our elytra, and I came across what I think might be the smallest pale garden biome that I've ever seen. It's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trees, maybe 6 trees. Yeah, it's absolutely minuscule, but I'm going to grab a few little bits because I haven't got any of the moss yet, or any of the wood, and I've got a silk touch pickaxe actually, and the sun is just about to set, so I guess I could wait around and see if I can grab ourselves a Creaking Heart. Well, it's pretty dark now, and I haven't seen any creaking spawn. I mean, there's only like 1, 2, 3, I think there's, yeah, 6 trees. I guess it's kind of unlikely that we've got a Creaking Heart in here somewhere. Which is a bit annoying, but that's alright. I'm going to grab this pale oak and then head back to base. We are back at base now, and the reason I went out to find that pale moss is because I have this moss making machine, and I'm wondering if I can just easily turn it off and convert it into a pale moss making thing. So if I take this middle block out and replace it with pale moss, I think that should just start generating pale moss. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, cool. So that's a pretty easy way of farming moss and pale moss we've got now. But anyway, moving on to what we're actually going to be doing in today's episode. So last time out, we built this sandcastle here, up the mountain. And as I was flying in the other day, I thought, wow, that's pretty high up now. We're getting quite close to the top. There's probably an area there and then the final area. And I was wondering just how high up we were. So I guess there is a pretty easy way, right, to check. I could just fly up there, hit F3, and check the Y value. Or I could just pillar up from base camp up to the top. But I know how to keep video retention nice and high on YouTube, and that is with science. That's right, we're going to be doing some physics today. Oh my god, my arm doesn't even hold the spike cam. Anyway, we're going to be doing some physics today to work out just how high up that is. And the way we're going to be doing that is by coming up to the castle and just dropping a block off the side. And seeing how long it takes to hit the ground. So if we can time how long it takes from the block to fall, right from the top of the castle, I'm thinking right down to base camp down there, then we can work out exactly how high the castle is up the mountain. And then of course we can test that and check that by just pillaring up. Alrighty, so we have everything set up now for our little experiment. So you can see out here I've created a little platform. That platform is at the exact height of the highest point of this tower. So I pillared out with dirt and got to there basically. So if we fly on over to here now, you can see that directly below we have base camp and we've got a little red concrete target down there. So we're going to be dropping one orange concrete and timing how long it takes to fall from here right down to the bottom there. I'm going to try ender pearling down. I hope that gets me down before the concrete lands, just so I can sort of check when exactly it lands. But we might have to do this more than once. Let's try it. Okay, so we drop, ender pearl. Okay, it's definitely overtaking it. Okay, I think that worked. I can't really know the time at the moment. I'm going to have to look back at the footage and then I'll get back to you guys. Okay, so timing that wasn't the easiest thing in the world, but I've looked back through the footage and I think it was about 4.3 seconds that it took for our sand to hit the ground. So the way we're going to be working out is by working out the displacement, which is basically how far the sand travelled. So we've got that is equal to the final velocity times by time, which is just 0 because it's stopped at the end. And then it's minus a half the acceleration times by time squared. So the acceleration in Minecraft is 16 blocks per second squared. And the time is 4.3 seconds. So if we do all of that, we come out with a number of 148 blocks. So let's see if that's right. Alright, so we are back down here at base camp where our target block is hit. So I can remove this now. And I've got myself 148 blocks of gravel. And we're going to pillar straight up and see if we land right in the middle of that target there. Fingers crossed. Well. It seems like we've overshot by 1 block. Hey, that's pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with that. The timing was pretty hard to do, so I mean that is about as close as we could have possibly gotten, really. 1 block off, so it was actually 147 blocks high from base camp up to the top of the tower. That's pretty cool. Nice. Okay, the reason I built this out of gravel is so we can do something pretty satisfying to get rid of it. So if we come here, get rid of all this concrete, grab ourselves a torch, and then we can just not do that. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Well, that was fun, but I guess we should probably make some actual progress on the base now. And so one thing I want to add is a path actually leading into the castle from the lower layer down here, the magic part of the mountain. So I'm thinking the path's going to wind around here, cut through these cacti, and then I've got a little bit of a path mapped out down here. It's all just snowing over, which is a little bit annoying, so I'm going to have to put some torches down and stuff. To a platform here where we've got a nice little ladder down. But I'm going to quickly knock off a little path going around to the front of the castle, and I'll put that into a time lapse. So it's nothing too fancy, but we've got a nice path now, and we're going to lay a few lanterns out along the way. I hope this melts the snow a little bit. I'm not sure if it is. Yep, okay, it does. Little bit, but I really want to get rid of the snow on this particular cliff. If anyone has any ideas of how I could possibly do that, please do let me know in the comments, because yeah, it's quite annoying. It's supposed to be a desert and it's just covered in snow, which is a bit weird. But we've got a nice path now leading all the way up to to the castle gates. And in the next episode, we're going to be actually building the interior of the castle. I've got a pretty good idea for a courtyard built in here, and I think we'll have a pretty special tree in the middle here. But you have to wait till next time to see that. But for today, that is all I've got time for, unfortunately. I hope you enjoyed this episode. It was a little bit different to normal, a bit nerdy, and I don't know, a bit weird as well. I just had an idea and I thought I wanted to try it out. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. But we will be back to normal episodes in the future, and actually making progress on the mountain. Like I said, I want to get the inside of the castle all finished up. I also want to do some more terraforming. I want this entire cliff face to be sandstone eventually. It's just a little bit of a pain to place because you have to get sort of up alongside the mountain. But we can do that. We can definitely do that in the future. Today, we are going to be doing a lot. I'm going to be changing up how the cliff looks a hell of a lot. So I want this sandstone area to be sandstone basically all the way around here. I want a lot more purple coming from the magic mountain, coming down to sort of these lower bits here. I want this to be all nice and green, and I want the mountain to just look a lot more varied than it does at the moment because it's all sort of stone and dirt. So obviously before we can do that, we need to gather the materials. I'm going to start off with the sandstone. So I've got a lot of stuff already from building a big castle here. In these chests, we've got nothing in here. Got a bit of sandstone in here. And we've got a little bit of sand here. Okay, I need to gather a bit more than I realised. So we can gather those materials now. Alrighty, we've got our materials now, and I'm going to start off by terraforming this cliff here and making it nice and sandy. So yeah, we've got some sandstone, some smooth sandstone, and some white terracotta. So let's get to it. The sandy section of the cliff has been terraformed, and I'm really happy with how it looks. I think the sandstone blends pretty nicely down to the white terracotta down here, and you kind of can't really see the difference that much from far away, at least. I like these amethyst like shards going through the rock. I think they look really cool, and I'm definitely gonna continue those down further into the mountain. But the cliff is really starting to come together here, and the sandy bit is all done now. Which means we've just got the moss bit and the purpley bit here left to do. And oh my goodness, it's taking a while, but I think it's going to make such a big difference to the mountain. Already, I just love the way that looks. So when we've got the other two in place, it's going to look great. So we're going to move on to the magic part of the mountain now, which means we're going to need a lot of amethyst crystals. So I started out this terraform by putting a layer of magenta terracotta right underneath the mycelium. I did this because from the bottom you can really only see the dirt, so it looks a bit nicer to have a bit more purple going down. And just like that, we've got loads of these amethyst scars in the cliff face. I really like the way they look. I think they make it look so like magical, kind of like there's a layer of magic underneath the stones here, which is creeping out in certain places. So I'm really happy with how that looks. So we've got one last bit of terraforming to do now, and that is this area here. So I'm planning on using a lot of moss here. Thankfully, I've got the moss monstrosity in the cave of farms over here. So we've got quite a few... Cave of farms still working. We've got quite a lot of mossy materials to work with, and I'm going to be converting some of it into mossy cobblestone as well. Actually, I might need to run it for a little bit longer. So let's just turn this beast on real quick. That's pale moss. Anyway, like I was saying, let's just turn this on real quick. And in a second, we should get normal moss back, and that will help us with our terraforming.
So I just realised I need a load of mossy cobblestone, and I know a jungle temple is pretty close, so I decided to head out that way. And while I was heading that way, I spotted this. This is pretty close to the base, actually. I wonder if they've got any allays down there. I've literally never used allays in the game before, but there are a lot of them around, so we can have a look from afar. Have they got any? They have. Okay, that's cool. That's good to know it's there. The mountain is literally, might even render in. So the mountain is here, and the pillager outpost is just over here. Yeah, we are super close to the mountain, so we can definitely get some of these allays back to the base. They would make the magic mountain a lot more magical. I don't actually know what I'd do with them because, like I said, I've never actually used them before. But yeah, we'll definitely do that in future. I'm just going to check the chest here and then fly away. What's going on? Anything good? Good. Okay, get out. But anyway, here we are at the jungle temple, and I haven't actually raided it yet. So let's go see what goodies we've got inside before we tear it to the ground. The entrance looks like it's in the side of a cliff, and I hear skeletons, so I'm scared. Okay, what just happened? I think the skeleton stood on a pressure plate or something. Yep. Okay. No, thank you. Okay. Damn it. Well, never mind. Let's see what we got. Okay, rubbish in here, and then I've never actually done the puzzle before. What is it? Nope. Nope. Something moved. Whatever. I don't know how you do it. Let's just go through the wall here and find the chest. Gold horse armor. Okay. No armor trim. That's a bit disappointing. That's what I was hoping for. But that's pretty cool. Anyway, let's tear this place to the ground. So I didn't end up mining the entire thing, but I got so much mossy cobble out of this. I got like, what, 4 stacks? Which will be, or even more, 5 stacks, which will be even more than we need for the project we are going to be doing. So that's great. And if you ever wonder what half a jungle temple looks like in a shulker box, it looks like that. Anyway, let's head back to base. Well, I suppose that's enough procrastinating for one day. We should probably actually terraform this cliff now. So let's do that in a time lapse now. Well, I think that has made a pretty humongous difference. I'm really pleased with how that looks. It really looks like this is sort of its own different biome now, and so is this part of the mountain, and this part as well. Yeah, I'm really pleased with that. Although, I've got to say, I do not want to do any more terraforming for a while, because that took a long time. But yeah, we've got our tough and mossy cobblestone underneath the cliff layer here. I'm missing a block there, that's annoying. But other than that, I think it looks really nice. We are just about to head into the nether, and before I do that, I need to do this ender pearl trick, which I may have forgotten how to do. Okay, like that. I want to get myself a beacon, because I've been doing a lot of terraforming lately, and it's just taking forever, and I'd love to be able to get haste to just insta-mine like that. Oh my god, stop. So I have made my way over to the nether fortress, where I have currently killed, I go to my mobs, with the skeletons, where are they? 10, and I haven't got a skull yet, but I do have a looting 3 sword now, so let's see how many we've got to kill to get ourselves our 3 wither skulls. Well, that nether fortress was awful, and absolutely no skeletons were spawning. I do see a bastion, and there are 2 chests that look so easy to loot. Right there. I just have a couple of piglin brutes in the way, which are absolutely terrifying me hardcore. So I'm going to try and just lure them away a bit. So I really want that smithing template upgrade. So if I can just... Oh my god. I just hate the bastions so much. They're so scary. Alright, come on. Yep, got the achievement.
Damn it. Okay, I'm not going in anymore. Well, we tried. Guys, I found another bastion. I can't find a fortress anywhere. I swear, I found like 3 bastions and I see another chest. Oh my god. Go away. I'm going for it. I don't care. I want that upgrade. That Netherite upgrade. Let's just get rid of this guy. Oh no, don't hit me. Okay. Oh my god, it was so much damage. Oh, I ran out of arrows. Oh dear. No, leave me alone. Oh no. Okay, I definitely picked up 2 arrows. Come on, make them count. Come on then. Yes. Your axe. Oh god, this is stressful. Okay, I'm just gonna kill this one last brute and then we can try get that chest. Oh yeah. Thank you, Cast. Okay, go. No, oh my god, are these things even spawning? Come on, there's another chest. In here, it's the one, No brutes. Whatever. Oh, I thought that was it. I thought that was it. It's the snout trim. Oh, whatever. Okay, let's keep looking for a fortress. Another bastion. There are actually no fortresses anywhere in this world. I found one and it's like buried underground. I'm out of arrows. I don't really want to go in there. I just don't know what I can do really. Okay, I can go glide past. See if there's any brutes. There's definitely at least one brute. Nope. Oh, I don't think that brute can get to the chest room anymore. Okay, I can land up here. Are there any brutes? I don't think there are. Alright, let's just look and dip. Nope. Didn't see it. I'm out. Finally, I found one. Alright, let's get this wither skull. Wither skulls. And just like that, we have got ourselves 3 wither skulls. It wasn't too bad actually, I just killed the last one. I don't know how many I got in total. It was a bit difficult getting them to spawn. Let's see, so it starts off with 10, 43, so it took 33 wither skeleton kills with a looting 3 sword to get 3 skulls. I don't know if that's good or not, it seems pretty good, but let's... Oh no, is that not working? Oh my god, I don't know. That was supposed to take us home. Oh no, I don't know how I'm going to get home. I haven't got any rockets left. Oh my god, I've got a stack of rockets. Never mind. I thought I'd run out of rockets. I'm going to fly home now. Alright, I'll see you back at the base. Well, we made it back safe and sound, but I wonder if it was this guy that caused the problem there. I don't think it's been patched, the end pearl thing I was doing, so I'm just going to remove this guy from the premises. Oh, he's invisible. Where are you? I hear you. I hear him. Okay, let's sleep. Come on, Mr. Wandering Trader. Where are you? There you are. Anyway, let's let's see if it has been patched or if it's was that guy that was messing us up. Because that would be annoying if it's patched. So I fishing rod this. No wait, that's not it. Fishing rod this. I offhand it through the ender pearl. go through the portal. It takes me home. Okay, it still works. It was just that guy messing us up. Whatever. We got our 3 wither skulls, which means we can fight a wither. So let's do that. And one anticlimactic fight later, we have got ourselves our nether star. So we can build a beacon now. The only problem I have is, well, firstly that I'm dying, but also that I don't have any way of building the base at the moment. I don't have an iron farm. I don't have a load of diamonds. I don't have an emerald farm or anything like that. So we are going to have to find a way of building our base. Oh, I stopped taking damage. And as I've already got this melon and pumpkin farm down here working on overdrive, I figured, okay, I need to clear this out. But I also figured I might as well make myself an emerald farm. Yeah, so I can sell all this stuff to a bunch of villagers. So if I come into the hobbit hole here, I've got a few villagers in place already. But I need to fill up all of these and then I need to cure them to make sure we get the best prices, which means we get to move villagers around. Oh boy, yeah. I am going absolutely insane. We've got all of our villagers now, which is nice. We just need to get them zombified, then cured. And I do have a zombie just in the village. I'm trying to tunnel out towards it. I'm not totally sure where it is. Okay, here he comes. Right, we just need to lead him in. Come on. And then let him do his work on our villager friend. Okay. And he got in a boat. Oh, there's another one. Okay, great. Come on. Can't get in. There we go. Okay. Now we just leave them to it. Yep, I can hear them converting already. And then we go in and save the day. Well, it took long enough, but we have got all of our villagers cured up now, which means we get pretty good prices on our trades. They'll be giving me 1 pumpkin for an emerald, but whatever, most of them are. So now we've just got to move them into place, which to be honest shouldn't be too bad. I'm just going to move the beds around and get them all moving that way. But I'll check back in with you guys when that's done. Isn't moving villagers just the most fun thing in the world? We've got them all in place now, and obviously it was incredibly easy to move them around. So I've got myself a full inventory of melons and pumpkins, and we're just going to see how many emeralds we get out of this. Well, because it's nighttime at the moment, these guys won't refresh their trades yet. But from just one loop around, we've got ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stacks of emeralds. That is brilliant. So I think we should only need to do like 5 runs around to get ourselves a full beacon of emerald blocks. So I'm going to do that now. Oh yes, isn't it beautiful? A fully emerald beacon is set up now, which means we can insta-mine, which is great, and that's going to be very helpful in the future. But I'm starting off just by clearing out this mountain because we got our beacon last time out, and it's quite annoying having this mountain next to the castle. I've also got something pretty annoying at the moment in real life, and that is that I have no Wi-Fi. So I'm using this skin at the moment because I can't log into my account properly and use my link skin, so you're gonna have to deal with this Minecraft skin today. But anyway, let's get this mountain cleared and then we can move on to building in the castle here. So I've just checked the day and it turns out we are on day 401, so I missed day 400, that's my bad. But as we've gone past the 400th day, I think it's only fair that we go and grab ourselves a slice of cake from down in the tent here, because we've done that for every 100 days so far. So here we are, and I'm not hungry as usual. Okay, let's stand on the fire a little bit, which I think to do every 100 days.
My armor is too good for this. Come on. There we go. Okay. Now we can eat a slice of cake. Oh yeah. Day 400 has been hit. Which means I am thinking we are on the last 100 days. Because I want to get to the top of the mountain before day 500, which would be really cool. And then the result is going nowhere. Yeah, but I want to get the mountain all terraformed by the end of day 500. Okay, so we have this part of the mountain all cleared away now. We've got a nice little deserty area here. I found this lava lake underneath, which is cool, so I kept it there. But now I need to deal with something which I have been putting off for a bit of time. And that is lighting up underneath this area here. Because this is kind of man-made, and over here... well, I can't actually hear any mobs at the moment, but... there is definitely a lot of... oh, okay, here we go. A lot of mobs have been spawning in this area here. I don't really want to drop in. Let's have a look. Yeah, creeper. Yeah, I'm going to light this area up. And then we can properly start on the courtyard. But before we get started on our courtyard build, I need to grab something from out here in the world. And it's from the Pale Garden biome. And I want to grab myself a Creaking Heart. Because... I want to put a oh, I forgot about the skin. God, I need my Wi-Fi back. Anyway, yeah, I want to put a Creaking Heart in the courtyard because I want the tree to unleash a creaking in the night. So let's head into the forest. Those flowers are so creepy. They really look like the eyes of the creaking. Oh, did I hear one? I definitely hear one. Where are you? Man, it would have been nice to have one on this little island bit. Never mind. See skeletons, I see creepers, I see zombies, but no creaking yet. Come on. Oh. Oh, thank goodness. I thought we weren't going to find one, not going to lie. Okay, where is your heart? Down. Out. Straight down. How does that work? Nope. Okay. Down this way. Must be this tree. This tree. Okay, nice. Right. Oh, here's the resin. Aha. Nice. Okay. We got the Creaking Heart. That's great. We can leave because this place is pretty creaky. Creaky? Creepy. I guess it's creaky too. Anyway, now that we've got our Creaking Heart, we are ready to start work properly on the courtyard. And I've done a little bit of work getting things ready. So it was all sandy in here before, but now I have replaced it with bamboo. So we've got a nice like bamboo courtyard. And we've got a space in the middle here, which is where we are going to put our custom pale oak tree. And there's going to be a Creaking Heart in the middle of it. So there's going to be a creaking roaming around the castle whenever nighttime comes, which I think will be pretty cool. So let's get to building that tree now. The tree is in place. You can see one branch hanging out the edge, but if we go inside, you'll be able to see the full thing. And I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. It has to be a little bit smaller than I would have liked, otherwise it makes the castle look tiny. But we do have a Creaking Heart hidden inside. So the sun is just about to set. You can see it setting over the walls there. And when it does, we should have a creaking roaming about in the courtyard here. I should probably get somewhere safe because it will attack me, I think. So if I go up into the little watchtower over here, we can watch out to see if the creaking comes. There he is. Brilliant. Okay. I wonder if he'll attack. I spawned an endermite by accident. I don't think he'll attack that. Doesn't look like he's interested in it. But I think he is is interested in attacking me. If I... Oh, yeah, he is. Oh, God, that's creepy. Okay, cool. We can get resin this way. A little bit at least. Where's he gone? Okay, that's great. I mean, the castle feels a little bit haunted now, but we just have to make sure we're in bed. Oh, he looks so cool there. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, but my Wi-Fi's working again, so Link is back, which is great. And that means we can now start building our interior. So I'm going to start off with my house, which is going to be this one here, back behind the tree, the center house. So let's do that now. So it turns out the creaking doesn't always spawn in the courtyard. For some reason he spawned up on the walls, which is pretty cool, I guess. He's like a warden looking out over the courtyard. I don't know if he'll jump down if I'm down here. Nope, he's stuck up there. So I've got my bedroom all built out now, which is looking pretty nice. It's nice to finally, after 400 days, have a place to live. And here it is. So we've got our bed here, which is nice. I put the resin on the wall. I didn't really know what to do with it. We've got our painting behind the bed. Got all of our cool stuff in here, like the dragon head and the dragon egg, and our spare elytra and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how the room turned out. I've even got myself a little jukebox in the corner here, which is nice, as well as our collection of records. So that's great, and we can look out over the courtyard and look out for the creaking when night comes. So it's day 410 in the hardcore world, but we finally have a place to call home, which is amazing. And isn't it just so peaceful in the day with this tree here, looking like the Tree of Gondor from Lord of the Rings, with no creakings roaming around. We just got this castle all to ourselves, which is amazing. I am just clearing out this part of the mountain here, because in today's episode we are going to be making our final area of different terrain up the mountain. So last time out we finished off our castle, which is over this way in the desert terrain. It's all pretty dark up here at the moment and I need to do some terraforming, so just ignore this. But yeah, here's our castle down here, looking very cool. We should have our creaking roaming around somewhere. I heard him spawn. He likes to spawn in the walls. So yeah, I don't know, I guess we might see him. But we've also made our bedroom, which is nice, so we can head to bed here. But yeah, in today's episode we are going to be working on this part of the cliff here. So this is going to be the last area before we move up to this final peak here, and this is going to be a snowy, icy, cold biome. But before we can do that, we need to do a bit of terraforming, because yeah, there's a lot of just holes and random blocks and floating leaves and all of that stuff. So let's get that done. So I'm obviously going to need a lot of ice for today's video, and I went out looking for an icy biome and I found this. What is this? Why is this biome so small? I don't understand. I can't find many snowy biomes anywhere. I don't know if the amplified terrain is like jibbing out, and I don't know what's happened. So this is our ice terrain apparently. In the end, I actually did manage to find an ice spikes biome. I was gonna time lapse me tearing it down, but unfortunately I forgot to press play. My bad. But the ice spikes biome, for some reason it wasn't amplified. I guess those biomes just don't change in amplified terrain. But anyway, we have now got all of this good stuff, which means we are ready to terraform. And I already know this is gonna take a long time, because I want to make sure all of the cliff here is ice, and I'm probably gonna have to build up this area here a little bit as well. Yeah, and I've just been putting it off and off, and I can't put it off anymore. So let's get to it now. I've now got the majority of the icy biome built, which is looking really great. I really like the way the ice sort of moves down the cliff down there. I've got a little snowman hidden in here, which I've been using to collect snow. But we can follow the path upwards this way, and then we eventually get to the snowy fields, which are not fully covered in snow yet. Because I was placing all this snow down, then I thought I don't actually need to do this, because I can just summon a bunch of these guys to just wander around for a bit, and hopefully, yeah, after a while they should fully snow up the area. So I'm going to go around and just place a bunch of these guys down, and we'll see how long it takes for them to fully cover this little field in snow. So the whole field is finally covered in snow, and the snowmen didn't do a great job, not gonna lie. I had to go in and fill in a lot of the gaps they left, but we got it all done now, and I guess they helped out a bit. But yeah, it's looking really great. I'm really pleased with this icy biome that we've made. And yeah, we're going to be building on this pretty soon now. But there is one more thing I want to do today. And that is something that, to be honest, I can't believe I haven't done yet. I normally like to do this in all of my worlds, and that is to make a map of the mountain. So I'm hoping the whole thing is going to fit into one map, but to be honest, it probably won't. Let's just see what we get from our first map. I need sugarcane, so heading in here, not down the stairs. Right, let's see what the map of this mountain looks like. I'm hoping it's going to look really cool. That is pretty crazy. It does not fit on one map, but I didn't expect it to, really. I think we're going to need 3 maps, maybe? One that side and one that side. So let's get that made. Oh my god, I was just about to put the maps down in my room, and I heard 2 explosions. It turns out the snowmen have been fighting creepers, and they've just blown up part of the cliff, which is insane. I did not know that was the thing that happened. Oh, these guys gotta go. Sorry. Yeah, we've got a big creeper hole here, and a big creeper hole here. Oh, fantastic. Well, I've got a bit more work to do on the biome. But before I deal with that, I guess I'll show you guys the maps. They look really cool. I need some sticks to make item frames at the moment. And yeah, my storage ship was great, but I've resorted to chest monsters again, annoyingly. But let's make ourselves... Yeah, we should make a load of item frames. Okay. So I'm thinking one of them will go in the spare room over here. We put it on the wall here. So this is the 3 long one. Right, so this one here is the huge one that I made, so we'll do that last. But first we will do this one. So we've got the village down here. Is that right? What on earth? Oh, they need to be rotated. Okay, I'm confused. Right, so we've got that. We've got the ship goes there. And we got this goes there. And there is our mountain. This looks so cool. Oh, you can't quite see the little doghouse down here, but you see the magic mycelium part of the mountain. You see the snowy part that we're in now, the sandy part that we're in now, and then the snowy part we just built, as well as the village down here. It looks cool. I love mapping stuff. Let's look at the big one as well, so I'll put that over here. So I zoomed out a bit, and this is the whole world. Well, not the whole world, but most of the world. Here's the mountain where we are now, and it looks pretty normal, to be honest. The amplified terrain doesn't really change how stuff looks on a map, which is cool. But now I've got to go clear up some creeper holes. Brilliant. Okay, so we've got all of those creeper holes cleared up now, and we've made a lot of progress today. Look at this cool icy part of the cliff here. It looks really cool. But yeah, we're going to be filling out this snowy field with a few different builds. I've got a few cool things in mind. So I'm going to start gathering some resources now. after a little bit of time gathering resources, we've now got all the stuff we need for today's builds. We've got a lot of quartz and smooth quartz. We've got our beacon here, which I got a few episodes ago now, but I've never really put it down anywhere permanent. So that's what we're going to be building today, a permanent house for our beacon. But anyway, we've also got a load of ice and glass and end rods. So let's get on with this first build now. The beacon is lit and the build is all complete, and I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. It looks like a really cool sort of ice temple thing. Yeah, I'm really happy with this. Needed a lot of quartz. I had to go back to the nether a few times to replenish my stores, but we've got it all built now, and it's also got an entrance which is around this side. So yeah, look at that, it's so cool. If we come inside here, we can choose what we want our beacon to be doing. So at the moment it's not doing anything. But I've got some emeralds here, so if I pop these in, let's give ourselves some speed. So there we go. Now we can run around this mountain like a madman. And we can run around and carry on building because we've still got some more work to do here. While the temple looks really cool at the moment, I do want to make sure there's a bit more going on around here. I want to add some icy trees around and maybe a little icy pond somewhere as well. So yeah, we're going to be building that right now. So I've got the first icy tree mapped out here, and I'm pretty happy with the design I've come up with. It's using pale oak at the bottom here, and then ice and glass and end rods around the top. So yeah, I'm going to scatter a few of these around the island or the snowy field up here, just to really bring some life into this area. So let's do that right now. So I've finished up with all the trees now, and they're all scattered around these frozen fields, and I'm really happy with how they turned out. One more thing I want to add here is a frozen lake, and I have mapped out where it's going to go. But it turns out I really didn't light this up well enough. Down here there are so many... Oh, an angry enderman somewhere. Angry at me. I don't know what's going on in there. Yeah, I'm going to try and deal with this somehow. Wish me luck. I've got flint and steel. I'm hoping I can detonate that creeper and just take them all out. Just need this skeleton to stop shooting me for a second. Okay, good. Go. He's lit. I don't think I did anything. Oh god, that was close. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna light up this area and... Oh my god, chill out. Yeah, I'm gonna light up this area and then we're gonna get on to building our frozen pond. Well, that's all lit up now, and we have got our snowy biome complete, and I really like the way this looks from up here, flying in onto the mountain. The trees look really cool, the temple looks great. I've connected the path up from the sandy village up to the temple here, and I've even put in an ice pool over this way. So here we've done the same thing as we did on the magic part with the glass layers. Yeah, they look really cool. They're like sort of fading away. I've got a glassy structure thing over there as well. But one more thing I want to do is to update the map and see what differences we've made in today's episode. So let's have a quick look at that now. So we've got our snowy peak here. It's going to be 2 maps. Okay, that temple looks cool. There's half of it. And there's the other half. Very nice. That looks great. Okay, so one last thing I want to do is, it is a little bit dead up here at the moment. So I want to go and grab some Allays. I know where some are. There's a pillager outpost pretty close to here. So we're going to head over there with some leads and try and bring them back here. We have arrived at the pillager outpost, and the Allays are just down there in that little holding chamber thing. It doesn't look like there's too many pillagers around, so we should be able to just sweep in and get them. I don't know how good they are at following on leads. I'm hoping they're pretty good. I've never actually messed around with Allays in the game at all. I still think of them as quite a new mob, but I don't think they are. Let's get rid of these guys. Okay. One's out. Okay, there are a few more than I thought. Let's back up a little bit. If I can fly. There we go. Right, one of them escaped. Oh my god, there's a lot of pillagers there. Okay. Got the leads ready. There's one is out. I'll go try and grab the other one and sort of pull him out. Those guys can just chill in the water there, right? There are so many of them. Come on. Out you come. Right, we got him. Where's the other one? There. There we go. Okay. Right, let's see if they fly with me. No, they do not. That is very annoying. Okay. Oh my goodness. I've never seen this many pillagers. I should have brought TNT or something to just blow them up. Oh my god, go away. So I guess I'm going to have to walk this guy all the way home, which is so annoying. I thought he would just like fly with me when I use my elytra. I'd shoot him. But he doesn't, so looks like we're walking him home. Well, transporting them was an absolute nightmare, but we've got them here now, thankfully. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Their pathfinding is so weird. They just seem to I don't know. I don't even know where they're trying to get to, but we can breed them up now. So I think I need to go grab some amethyst shards, and then we can start breeding these guys. So I think I've got all the stuff I need to breed them now. If I put on some music, quite creepy music, but whatever. They should like that, and I can. Oh, I only needed one. I only need to bring one back. I did not realize that at all. Oh, whatever. I think I've got about 12 allays moved up onto the mountain now, which I'm pretty pleased with. Most of them I have had to, like, tie up with leads to the trees, because I brought them up here at first without leads, and I don't know for a clue where they've gone. They've just flown away. Oh, here's one of them. Okay, never know flown away, but a lot of them just seem to fly away. So we've got most of them sort of leaded up to trees, but I think they had a lot of life to this biome, which is really cool. They fit really well with the blue and the white theme. Yeah, so we've got the snowy biome all finished up now, which I'm really happy with how it turned out, which means we've just got one part of the mountain left to go. But we still have a lot of work left to do here today, because not only have I got to do the top of the mountain there, because it looks a bit weird at the moment. We've got bits jutting out of the side. That's going to be all neatened up. But there's also some stuff to do at the bottom of the mountain. I've got all this terrain here, which I'm not happy with at the moment. I don't think it looks very good. So we are going to do some custom terrain there. And I'm also going to be heading one last time into the trial chamber. I've got Bad Omen 3. If I don't get a mace off a Bad Omen 3, then I don't know how to get a mace. But anyway, let's get started with this terrain down here. I'm going to grab some podzol and some mossy cobble and just make it look like a little mini tiger biome down here. So I've travelled a bit far away from the mountain just to gather up some podzol, and I've been doing it with this pretty weird method here. I've just been growing this tree over and over again. But we've got a bunch of podzol now and a lot of other stuff we'll need to make our biome. But while I was out here doing this, I also came across a couple of rabbits. And I'm thinking I'm going to bring these guys back to bring some life to the bottom of the mountain and our tiger biome. But I do have leads, so let's get these guys going now. Well, one of the rabbits made it back, and the other one did not, sadly. So we're going to have to go back and grab another one. But for now, I'm just going to keep this guy stored safely away in the side of the mountain here, I reckon. Do I have any fence posts? I think I have some fence posts. Look at that. Okay, he's safe. Let's go grab another guy. Not sure why I didn't do this last time. This is a lot easier than bringing them on the leads. So we've got 2 rabbits back at base now. We can start building. The spruce biome is all complete now, and I really like the way it looks. I've got all these custom spruce trees here. I've put a few like carrot patches around for when the rabbits are freed, so they can have some food. We've got our ferns, we've got some sweetberry bushes growing, and I have been breeding up the rabbits over this way. Oh my god, right here. Yeah, we've got quite a few of them now. I can't breed them quite yet. Oh, I can. Nice. Yeah, so I'm going to re-release these guys pretty soon. But first of all, I want to try and build something that I saw a video of the other day. It was like a rabbit trap box kind of thing. I'm not going to keep them trapped, obviously. I just want to test it out, basically, to see if it works. So the way it works is you'd have a rabbit walk up and try and eat the carrots. And by doing that, it would sort of shut itself in like this. So I need to work out how to make that happen. I think they need to be trapdoors all over the place, so let's try this out. I mean, it doesn't look great, but I think that would work. So the rabbit sees the carrots, walks in, stands on the pressure plate, and then you've caught a rabbit, right? I don't know. Let's test it out. Okay, let's release these guys back into the wild. So if I break this block, hey, there we go. Out you come. Out into your new home. Oh, don't die. Okay, I'm going to try and lead some over towards the little carrot trap we have set up. Just to see if it works. Just for science, you know. We'll let them back out again after. Don't worry. We've led this rabbit over. They are scared of me. Oh, he's going to eat that one, isn't he? Nope. Well, I guess we'll just leave him to it and see if by the end of the episode we've got a rabbit in here. But let's move up the mountain. Right, first things first, we need to get this mountain top sorted out because it looks pretty horrendous at the moment, not gonna lie. Yeah, it's just a bit of a mess. I want it to be a nice spiky peak coming up to the top there. And that means I'm gonna have to do a little bit of terraforming, not much, but that means I'm gonna switch the beacon because we've got pace, not pace, what's it called? Speed at the moment. So if I put my emerald in, I can get haste 2 like that, and ignore the monster sounds. Oh god, I don't want to look. I'm not gonna look. Yeah, let's get to terraforming this mountain. That is a very tall peak. In fact, it's so tall that we have built all the way up to build limits. Yep, this amplified terrain literally could not be any more amplified. It's really cool. I love it. It's such a nice way to end off the mountain, just going all the way up to the top of the world. And if we fly up here, you'll see there is, right at the very top of the mountain, a sword in the stone. Oh, I love this. This is just such a simple little build, but it looks really cool. And it's nice just to have something right up here at the top of the world. We can look down on everything we built. It looks so smooth out from up here. Look at the little storage boat. You can see the mycelium mountain as well. Right down there, you can see the doghouse, which has all of our dogs in. Hence why it's called the doghouse. But this is really cool. I'm so glad we made it to the top of the mountain. I was just flying down from the top of the peak up there, and I saw that this is closed, which means I think, oh, it works. Okay, we've got a rabbit caught inside. Oh, poor little thing. Okay, let's let it out. But if you guys ever want to catch any rabbits in your world, oh, this is a good way to do it. There you go. The sun is setting on day 499, and with that we are saying goodbye to this world. So I'm going to head to bed now and bring in day 500 as soon as I can. And as we wake up on day 500, we've got one last thing that we're going to do in this amplified terrain world, and that is to head into the trial chamber with our Bad Omen 3 effect. But I'm not going to do it on my own. I've got this guy over here who's going to help me. Oh, and I've got these guys as well. So, let's head into the trial chamber. Right, here we are. Here all of us are. Oh my god, there's so many dogs. Right, let's take our ominous potion, and in we go. Oh, and put the chest plate on, just in case. Oh my god. Get in, boys. They are so open. Oh my goodness. I don't even need to do anything. I can just sit back and watch. Here we go. Let's go get him. Oh my god, what? Get that up there. I can't even get to them. The wolves are killing me soon. Fire. The wolves just make the trial chamber so easy. It's insane. We've got ourselves 3 more ominous trial keys. This has to be heavy core. If not, then I guess I'm just never getting it. Whatever. Okay, ominous key number 1. Here we go. Heavy core. Nope. No. Okay, 2 more. Come on, we can do this. Ominous key number 2. Oh, 1 more. Come on. What do we get? Unbreaking 2 axe. Brilliant. This is it. The final ominous trial key. This has to be it. Please. So we didn't get the heavy core, but I got a god apple out of it, which is kind of cool, I guess. Annoying, but whatever. It is what it is. I thought I'd just finish off by walking around the world and just saying goodbye. So this is our starting area with the tents, that base camp here. We've got our dog house up here, which is home to a hell of a lot of dogs right now. And then we carried on the path up here. Through our first building up the mountain and the potato fields, which are still unharvested since I've got golden carrots, but ignore that. And then we brought this bony bridge, which went out across the mountain and up to our first real big terraforming job, which was the mossy village, which I really like. I think it's such a cool build. There aren't too many villagers around. I think they kept like falling to their death, to be honest. But we've got a bunch in a trading hall in there, which has been super useful throughout this world. And then there's no stairway up, but there is still. Oh my god, I did not mean to land here. Let's try that again. We can even eat our god apple. Look at that. Let's go. And up to the next part, the magic mountain, which is definitely one of my favorite parts. All the mycelium and all the crystals all around. We've got our cave full of farms in there. And then heading up this way, we got our little lake and all the cats sat around, and an enderman which has left this block here. The storage ship out there, which is actually the only bit you can't really get to without elytra. Actually, you could probably... Oh, I guess... As soon as this is the last episode, we could take a risk and try and ender pearl over to it. How far is that drop? Yeah, I die if I don't make this. Let's go. Easy. And then parkour around. Ooh, and then how am I going to get in here? Can I... I'm not going to risk that. Let's just break in. Yeah, we've got our storage ship in here. Full of all of our stuff, which is perfectly organised, of course. Really happy with this part of the world as well. So let's use our final ender pearl to get back. Like this. Nice. Yeah, so if we move out of the magic part of the mountain, we go up to the sandy part, where this build honestly took the longest. I was using Light Matica for the first time, and probably the last time, not going to lie, because I had a lot of trouble using it. But I built this castle up here, which is where our bedroom is, and all a load of other cool stuff. Oh, and the creaking as well, that's up here. Nice little pathway through the sandy part of the mountain. Looking down on the magic mountain down there. And into the courtyard where we've got this nice little castle building. Beautiful. And up to our bedroom up here. Lovely stuff. Cell spawn. And then the final part of the mountain, which we built in our last 2 episodes. So we've got the icy bit here with our beacon lit up here. And then at the very top of the mountain. All the way up to world limit with our sword in the stone. Marking everything we've done here. But that is all I've got time for today and for this series as a whole. Thank you so much to everyone who watched it. I had so much fun playing. I hope you enjoyed watching. I'm really proud of what we've created here. It's such a nice world, and I think we've tied it all together nicely, and it feels complete now. So I'm ready to start some new stuff, and stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.